Yo, what's up, my veteran? And welcome back to 999. So, like I said, last time we actually had we actually finished the game. Technically, we finished the game. We got one ending of the game, and it was such a crazy ending to me, because I've never experienced anything like that before. I said, hey, I'm gonna get all the endings. So this is what we're doing now. I'm gonna try to get another ending with this. I can't. So I'm playing at night. I can't guarantee I'm gonna get the ending in one go here, because there'll be a lot to do, lots of stuff to talk about, right? So what's gonna happen is I'll be recording. I'll be recording this gameplay throughout days, and then I'll edit it all into one video, and I'll be like, okay, like second ending, like third ending, all that stuff, right? And I'm guessing in time the video will get shorter. So anyway, and I just found out I can start from anywhere I want it from the flowchart. I just found out too. I was like, I can go anywhere in the flowchart. I mean, if I've already done it, I can do it. So that was actually pretty cool. So we're about to go back. So we're here at the beginning of the game, and we're about to get the first major decision.
Then what should we do?
We should talk it through.
Oh my god, enough! All we're doing is talking!
Shut up, Santa.
Slow down.
Which door?
Door 5.
Hey, wait.
Junpei's cry echoed across the room. The four people walking toward the door stopped, turned back toward him.
I want to go through door 5 too.
The words were scarcely out of his mouth when June spoke up.
What? What are you saying, Jumpy? If you're going through that door, then I'm going with you.
He turned around to look at her.
No, you can't. I can't take you with me.
Why?
Oh, you know what's in there, don't you? Are you sure you want to see that?
Well...
Right, June. June opened her mouth as if to say something, but instead closed it again and looked at the floor. Junpei felt an ache in his heart at her clear distress, but the choice was not his to make. There was nothing else he could do. Junpei turned away from June, doing his best to silence his turbulent emotions.
Please, let me go into door 5.
Seven scratched his head and looked at the young man.
Man, now we're right back where we started. You know that?
I'm sorry, Seven, but it's for the sake of endings. It's for the sake of finding out the truth.
Junpei's bracelet is number 5, right? If we are going to add Junpei, then we must subtract 5 from the rest of us.
Ace and Clover. Snake turned to Ace.
Ace, please, take good care of Clover.
Aw, Snake, no!
Oh, all right. That's fine.
1 plus 4 is 5.
Don't go away!
You need to listen to me, Clover. Go to door 4 with the others.
No!
Don't be so selfish.
Snake's tone was harsh.
Why?
Tears welled up in Clover's eyes. She bit her lip and did her best to fight them off. Snake's expression softened, and he put his arm around Clover. He held her close and whispered into her ear.
You'll be fine. Just relax.
It looked as though he whispered 2 or 3 more words, but whatever they were, Junpei didn't hear them.
What did he tell her?
He couldn't help but wonder what the other man had said. Snake pulled back from his sister, his eyes kind and... what eyes? His eyes kind and inquiring.
Okay, I understand.
Her voice was barely audible from where Junpei stood. Before long, new teams were assembled.
Let's make sure we've got this straight. Those going to door 5 are me, 7, and Snake. 7 plus 2 plus 5 equals 14. And the digital root of 14, 1 plus 4 is
Just
5.
us 3, huh? That's... so the 5 of them are going to door 4? Really?
And those going to door 4 are Lotus, Santa, June, Ace, and Clover. 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 1 plus 4 is 22.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
math.
digital root of 22 is 2 plus 2, 4. We're okay with this.
No problems here.
Yes. Let's do it.
All right then.
Snake, Snake, and Junpei scanned their numbered bracelets in quick succession. The screen of the red showed 3 asterisks.
The lever's all that's left. Okay. All right then. Let's go.
Junpei glanced around one last time, his hand resting on the lever of the red.
Okay. Please be careful.
Concern was written plainly across her face.
We will.
Junpei looked her in the eye and gave what he hoped was a reassuring nod. He pulled the lever. With the sharp clack of a lock released and the door swung open.
And it's open.
Ahead of them, in the small hallway, were the pitiful remains of the 9th man.
Oh,
That's messed up.
that was the 9th man.
For a moment, Junpei froze. Try as he might, his eyes would not leave the corpse, and his feet would not leave the floor. 7, too, seemed paralyzed. And Snake, on the other hand, seemed unconcerned. His blind ass walked calmly down the bloody hallway and only stopped when he realized his companions were not following.
How can you...
He's blind.
Well, do you intend to kill me? I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you?
He hadn't even bothered to turn around. His head was, at most, slightly cocked toward one shoulder.
Sorry.
Let's go!
Junpei and 7 looked at one another, nodded, and threw themselves through the door. As they did, a cold tone sounded from the left wrist of all 3 men. 7 and Junpei looked down at their bracelets. On both of them, and on Snake's, a red skull had flickered to life.
Damn it! The countdown started!
They have scarcely processed this information when... With a metallic slam, the numbered door behind them swung shut.
Shit, the door!
There's no turning back now. And if we don't manage to find the deactivation device...
Hey, where is the dead?
The fear and urgency in 7's face reflected what all 3 of them
How
felt.
the hell should I know?
Stay calm. Look around you.
Okay, I get it.
Junpei spun around, searching desperately for the dead.
Ah!
He found it easily enough. It was on the wall next to the closed door labeled 5.
Right here!
As he yelled, he struck the scanner with his hand. The other 2 scrambled to follow suit. As soon as they finished, Snake threw the lever down. Nice job, guys.
Well, it looks like it stopped.
As he spoke, Junpei wiped the sweat from his forehead with a trembling hand.
Goddamn thing's gonna give me a heart attack.
A muscle stood out of 7's neck, and the corners of his mouth were twitching.
Jumpy, are you all right? Are you guys okay?
They could hear anxious voices, muffled but distinct, from the other side of the door.
Yeah, we're fine.
The detonators have been deactivated.
They heard relieved sighs, and even through the door, the 3 men could feel the tension disperse.
All right, we're moving on. Be careful, okay?
Okay.
Sure thing.
And they're gone.
And they're gone. They heard footsteps moving away, and before long they were alone again.
Now,
Junpei looked around.
doesn't look like we can go any further this way.
The hallway ended roughly 20 or 30 feet from where they stood.
Maybe this wall can be moved. Or not. It's not budging.
Come on, 7, think of it.
Hey, there's a door over there.
To the left, however, was a wooden door that looked positively inviting by comparison. In the middle of it was a plaque that read First Class.
A first-class cabin, huh?
Well, it seems like it.
Let's have a look then, shall we? All right then, let's go.
Yeah.
Without hesitation, Snake opened the door and stepped inside. Seven followed closely behind him. Junpei moved to follow them as well, but he stopped, just short of the threshold, and looked back, not knowing why.
I don't want to look, but
Lying in the small hallway was a man's body, or at least what was left of it. He tried hard to avoid looking at the grisly scene, but it just wouldn't leave his mind.
it's so horrible. I can't even tell what's what.
What had once been a man's internal organs now looked like so much vomit, as though something he had chewed up and spit out the better parts of his torso. It was hideous, but worse still, it was cruel. It was hard to believe that thing on the floor had once been human. The black pool of thick blood, the lumps of glistening flesh spread across the floor. Oh God. The awkward twisted tangle of shredded intestines. Ah! The head, wrenched to some grotesque, unnatural position.
He'd been wearing these.
The man's glasses lay next to his head. The lenses were cracked, and the frame bent and distorted. And next to the glasses lay a bracelet. The number 9 still displayed on his
The
face.
bracelet's off. Oh wait, Zero did say.
Lastly, let's discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. More heartbeat, which is 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the...
Yeah, we know all this, I
Bracelet
guess.
comes off when you're dead. Oh, but what the hell's the point of getting it off when you end up like this?
Right, it's like kind of ironic.
Oh, just imagining how it must have happened. This was a human.
Suddenly, Chubby felt his stomach convulse, and a knot of muscle gripped his throat.
Oh god. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna puke. Oh, I gotta get out of here.
Come on, Chubby, I thought you were stronger than this. He clapped his hands over his mouth and ran to the first-class cabin. The atmosphere changed immediately. The room was gorgeous, and despite the apparent age of the ship, none the worse for wear.
Huh. Where did they...
He looked around. Seven and Snake were nowhere to be seen. There were 2 doors on the right side of the room. He opened the one on his right and went through.
Through here?
Damn, that's a lot of doors. On the other side of the door was a short hallway. He jogged down the hallway, opened the door at the other end, and peeked through. There they were, to his right, busy examining something.
What's up?
He stepped through the door and walked toward them.
Check this out. We found this thing here on the door.
That's interesting.
The red light's on. Does that mean it's locked?
So I would assume.
But then again, I can't really tell.
Is there any other way out?
We looked around a little. Other than this door, we didn't find anything.
So you're telling me that unless we can open this door...
Yes, we won't be going anywhere.
Sorry. Jimmy stepped away from the door and looked around the room.
This looks like a bedroom.
Then the other room is probably a living room. Or the closest you can get to one on a ship.
All right, let's find a way to open this door. Come on, guys.
Snake, you can just sit in the corner, alright? You won't be no help. Okay, here we go. A new puzzle. That's a lot of room to check. Jeez. Alright, let's do it. A white desk. Feels kind of fancy. It's small. It's a small round chair. Looks like it probably goes to the vanity. A bed with a canopy. I've seen things like this in movies and stuff, but never in real life. True, you don't see too many these days. I can't see the details, obviously, but I imagine it's one of those princess beds Clover's so fond of. Clover, Clover wants one of these? Yes. She wants a princess bed. Didn't I say that? You think it doesn't suit her? Yeah, I guess you could say that. Ah, Junpei, judge her by appearance, will you? And you should not. Okay. Curb your logic, Santa or Snake. Man, this makes me miss my own bed. And sleep. And sleep. You know, I could go for some sleep right now too. Whoa, is that the whole ship plan? What's this? This isn't a score. Is this a map of the ship? A map? A map? There's a map of the ship here? Yeah. Then I imagine it will prove very helpful. You best hold on to it, Junpei. Okay. It's not possible to use the map screen. That's not the map screen. A piano keyboard. What is Snake doing? He can't play, can he? This piano. There's something amiss with the keys. You mean it's attitude or something? No, not that. It's properly tuned, just... Well, the sounds are clearly purposely different. The C key doesn't yield a C, but rather a different tone entirely. The same goes for the D keys. They play some other note. Huh. Why do you think it's like that? Isn't it painfully obvious? Zero modified it in some way. This piano, you see, is part of one of the puzzles Zero has set for us. Perhaps we can put the keys in the correct order. Something will happen. In other words, we have to play a song on the piano. I believe so. An upright piano. From the feel of the wood, it must be quite old. Well, we don't know what keys to go for yet, so it's totally a tale with a mirror. Ah yes, you know, that sort of thing is known as a vanity. Were you aware of that, Junpei? Of course, vanity also refers to self-love, conceit, and narcissism. As such, you can see that every day, when a woman looks into one of these, she is staring at her own conceit and narcissism. Doesn't that strike you as terribly sad? An antique vanity. There's nothing in the drawer. Yep, totally empty. Okay, a window. There's an iron plate nailed to it. The Snake talking real weird. I'm gonna leave. Bathroom. And there we are in the mirror. What a pair. A college kid and a terrifying giant of a man in a beanie. Stuck in the cramped bathroom. With this beast of a man? What would my parents say? Junpei! Look, I like 7, I really do. But Junpei, chill, bro. You ain't even like that. Huh? Something wrong, Junpei? You looked really sad all of a sudden. No, nothing. Well, the sink's clean. Any water? Nothing's coming out. And we've got the faucet on all the way, but I can't hear anything. Testing. Hey, it's great to see you all here. I just flew in from New York, and boy are my arms tired. Yes, thank you, I'll be here all week. Try the veal. That's not a mic 7. It's just a shower head. What? What the hell? Oh my god. No, 7's a big dumb. No. I thought it wasn't true. 7's a big dumb. The bathtub is full of water. Is there ash or something in the water? It looks kinda gray. Let's just pull the plug. No, hold on. Maybe we can, I don't know, use it for something. Use it for something? The bathtub's full of gross, cloudy water. Huh. The faucet is really hard to turn. Man, doesn't matter how hard I yank on it. This thing won't budge. Hard for you to turn, kid? about you let a man give it a shot? Damn it, nothing. Might as well be a damn rock. It looks like something's holding the knob in place. Well, if you can't do it, 7, guess you might as well give up. Something's bothering 7. Maybe I'll hold off on pulling the plug for a moment. Well, if we can't do anything here, might as well just leave. It's a light switch. Nothing happens when I press it. And we're back in the other room. This is some sort of antique desk. Makes sense though, I guess. This whole room is full of antiques. You can get a nice handful of cash from all this stuff in here. Somebody spent a lot of time carving the legs of this chair. It'll stand like a twig if 7 sits on it though. Mind your own business. There's a piece of heavy paper folded in half, sitting on the table. Is this a cover for something? It looks like you could slip something into it, but there's nothing in there. Well, it says score on the front. So you think this was for filling sports scores? No, I don't think so. I think score probably means musical score. So this is like a folder for some sheet music or something. Huh. I guess you can put sheet music in this. Like this one right here? It says score in the paper. I think you can put sheet music in. Wait, is this the same table? It is! Holy hell. What the fuck? Huh? There's something in the back. Let's see if I can reach it. Just a little... God damn, that's hot! You aren't real smart, are you? Come on, of course it's gonna be hot. It's a fire. Even a monkey knows it shouldn't stick his hand in a fire. Well, I'm sorry, but I was trying to be optimistic. Fireplace. Huh. Don't see one of those too often. Aren't a lot of people these days with real fireplaces and real fires. This conversation y'all just have. This house looks just big enough for 3 people. Looks perfect for me. What? Perfect for an elegant gentleman like myself. The couch looks a lot more elegant. Hey, there's something you aren't saying. Never mind. I get it. You're gonna use this vase, right? It's pretty clever, Junpei. We just gotta fill this thing with water. Well, looks like a vase. Maybe you could just use that. Okay, but like, what's it for? Huh. The heck is this? Oh, score. It's a rectangle. it's a rectangular piece of glass. You can see right through it. It has a couple of G notes written on it. Huh. I wonder what that means. This is a suitcase made of leather, the color of rich mahogany. Well, shoot. Listen, there's nothing in it. It's a leather suitcase. Dang, nothing in there. Alright, well. This door. This door? The bathtub's full of gross, cloudy water. Alright. Shouldn't be too hard to fill this vase up. Hey, Junpei, what are you doing over there? Only one thing to do now is you got the thing full of water. Come on, what are you waiting for? I have no idea. It's what? Plug on the end of the chain. Alright, why don't we just drain this water? Yeah, good plan. Alright, where's that thing? A good tug ought to be enough to get it out? Huh? What the hell? Score plate D. A transparent plate made of glass, yes? It's a sheet music with a couple of D notes on it. Okay, well. So, oh. There's some toilet paper on the wall there. Nothing that looks suspicious. There's a toilet. Doesn't seem to be anything in the toilet or the tank. Nothing strange is going on here. And nothing else to do here? Junpei, look! There's a hand coming out of the toilet! Just a joke there, kid. Not funny, man. I'm too old for this shit. Incontinence? I don't know how to say that word. Incontinence. Incontinence is a problem many older men struggle with, but there's help. Nothing in there, yes. Oh. This safe is locked. It's one of those dial locks. It doesn't have a key. We just need to get the dials in the right place and it'll open. Did you find anything, Seven? Nope. How about you, Snake? I also found nothing. Well, good job, guys. There's something in here. C. Yes, yes. Well, this feels like glass. A rectangle of glass. Transparent, I assume? I can feel something printed on the surface. What is it? A sheet of music with some C notes on it. A layer suitcase. There's nothing inside. I can tell by the weight. It makes no noise when shaken. This is resourceful. Alright, what exactly are we... It says score on this paper. Can't you put sheet music in it? Hey, Junpei, where you going? Did anyone come out of that door? No point going back there. All that's out there are a locked number door and a dead body. Or what's left of it. Yeah. There's a couple lights on the wall here. Oh, here we go. Alright, time to put this fire out. About time, buddy. Let's do it. Here we go. Good job. Another success. That fire didn't stand a chance. Thank you, Seven. Alright, I'll just pull this out now. Don't want to get burned, so let's pull down the sleeves. A score plate. It's a ceramic plate of some kind. It looks like a blank sheet of music. As Junpei tucked the plate into his pocket, Seven cried out and stumbled, his balance lost. He threw out a hand and caught the wall in time to steady himself and avoid the floor, but his face was flushed and he looked startled.
Hey, Seven. What the hell was that? Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just felt a little dizzy, that's all.
Are you sure you're okay? Seven rubbed a couple of fingers across his brow and then shook his head as if to clear it.
What the hell is wrong with me? First memory loss, now I'm getting dizzy for no reason.
Memory loss?
Junpei couldn't hide the surprise in his voice. Seven, for his part, seemed unconcerned.
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't tell you, huh? I told the rest of them before we ran into you on the stairs. I told them I couldn't remember a damn thing from before I woke up. Didn't realize I hadn't told you.
That's so weird though, Seven. Like, why don't you remember anything?
Whoa, wait a minute. You're talking about amnesia, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, why are you an amnesiac? What happened to you?
If I knew that, I wouldn't really be one, would I?
You think I remember why you think I remember why I forget why I don't remember?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
Junpei paused for a moment and stared at Seven.
Are you telling the truth?
Huh?
Well, you look pretty calm for somebody who doesn't remember anything. If you've really got amnesia, shouldn't you be, like, upset or confused or something?
Well, sure. I mean, I was pretty confused when I woke up down on D-Deck. But that was a while ago.
Right, like, I mean, you can't just be like, oh shit, 2 hours later, and it's like, oh shit, why can't I remember anything?
I've had some time to get used to it. After a while, I figured it wasn't worth the trouble of worrying about it. After all, why worry about something I can't change?
It makes sense.
Well, people usually don't stay amnesiacs forever. I figure it'll work itself out eventually.
But that's it?
Is that true?
That's it.
That's it.
All right, that's enough talking for now. Let's get back to work.
Seven gave Junpei a look the younger man wasn't sure how to interpret, and turned to walk away.
How are you fine with something like that?
Somehow, though, Junpei didn't find his reassurance very reassuring. Alright, well, we have these score plates. Wrong door. We put this here. Sure don't see pianos like this much nowadays. The music stand. Might as well pull the music I found on it. I'll put the ceramic plate on the bottom, and the glass plates on top. Wait a minute. What's wrong? Well, I put them all on top of each other, but they look odd. It doesn't really look like a song. Then in all likelihood, we haven't found them all. We need to find more glass plates. Haven't found them all, huh? So this is the locking thing. It's flashing red. That's usually not a good sign. Is that a microphone? It looks like a satellite dish. Let me see. Well, judging by the feel of it, I would guess that we are meant to produce some sort of sound, and this device will sense it and unlock. Well, that's easy to understand, but... Oh, I found it! Yes, sir! A. It took Jimmy by surprise. Snake, usually so calm and collected, suddenly began to move. He stared about the room almost frantically, clearly looking for something. No, Jimmy thought, not staring. After all, he's blind. Blind or not, Snake was clearly intending to do something. At least, Jimmy could no longer contain his curiosity.
What's wrong? You got weird all of a sudden.
Snake waited a moment before answering.
I heard something strange.
Something strange?
You heard something strange?
Ah, well, never mind. It doesn't seem to be anything suspicious. I don't wish to toot my own horn, but my auditory senses are considerably more advanced than those of most humans.
Well, that's what happens when you lose your... Well, that's what happens when you lose one of the five senses.
I notice even the slightest of noises.
Right. Are you gonna tell me you can hear a needle drop from a mile away?
No, such a thing would be impossible. However, by listening to the sound of footsteps and breathing, as well as sound echoing off the environment, I can locate most objects.
Oh yeah, that's right. When Clover fell on the big staircase a little while ago, you were at her side immediately.
Well, she screamed.
So that was...
Yes, I could hear it happening. In fact, I can run quite fast. Certainly as fast as you. And should someone attempt to start a fight with me, I am quite confident that I could defeat them.
I see.
Really?
Jimmy was somewhat taken aback by this revelation. He stared at Snake, skeptical.
You don't believe me, do you? Care to give it a try? I must warn you, you'll no doubt regret it. Well,
Jimmy.
I suppose that's enough playing around. Let's resume our search, shall we?
With a small, self-satisfied smile, Snake turned and walked away from Junpei. I was like, man, Millie walked this. I was like, Junpei, man, walk this boy shit. The music stand. Seems like a good place. Any put the music we found. Just gotta put the ceramic plate on the bottom, and then stack the glass plates on top of it. All right, good. Sweet. Now I can play the music. Junpei, you have to be so kind as to play the piano. I am unable to, you see. I'm sure I needn't tell you, but the keys of this piano are not what you might expect them to be. C won't be C, D won't be D, and so forth. You must listen carefully to determine which keys to strike. Do you understand? Yeah. Sorry. Let the yawn escape. Yeah, alright, let's give it a shot. So I can't use the black keys. Ah. Nope. Okay. Dang it. Hold on. I got this. I'm messing up, okay? Yes, sir. And we're done. Music is not my forte. Wait, what's that noise? Junpei, you did it. Looks like it worked. I heard something unlock over by the exit. Let's go. Good plan. Stand. Bow. Be seated. Well, I guess he hasn't forgotten that. At least Snake thinks it's funny. Yeah, so suppose that was the classroom bell, wasn't it? Don't imagine that's what Zero was thinking of, however. No, Zero almost certainly meant to suggest Westminster, not middle school. Westminster? The palace in London that plays host these days to the House of Parliament. You've heard of Big Ben, the most famous clock tower, yes? Sorry. Big Ben plays that very collection of notes on the hour. London, the capital of England, huh? At any rate, the door is now unlocked. Let's leave this place immediately. Let's go. Shit. Alright, let's go. Alright, that wasn't too bad of a puzzle. You did it! Yay! He came out the door and into a long, straight hallway.
Another hallway? Hmm?
He paused for a moment and turned around to look behind him.
That should do it.
7 was bent over, apparently doing something to the door.
What's he up to?
Junpei had spoke more or less to himself, but apparently 7 had heard him anyway. The larger man stood up and turned to Junpei.
I was just putting one of those plates in there. It ought to keep the door from locking again.
7 smart.
Now we can come back here anytime we want, right?
Ah, why would you want to come back here?
Snake was a reasonable one. 7 thought about it for a moment before he answered.
I might like to play a little piano.
Piano?
7?
Come on, let's get moving. We aren't out of this yet.
Without waiting for an answer, 7 started off down the hallway.
Well then?
Snake shrugged, sighed, and quietly followed 7. That's a lie, Junpei thought to himself.
Can't say I could ever imagine 7 playing the piano. He couldn't use the piano in there anyway. The keyboard's a mess. But why would he want to leave the door unlocked then? I have no clue.
Hey, wait for me!
7, no. I was trying to trust you too. So, don't make me distrust you, 7, please. Junpei frowned, took one last look at the door, and then walked away toward his companions. After some time in the hallway, they emerged into a larger, more open area.
Whoa, a metal grate?
A large metal grate, like the door of a jail, divided in half.
Why is this thing...
They shook it for a while, but as they had expected, it did not move.
Figures.
Are those elevators over there?
No way to know if they're working or not from here. Oh, there's a door just to the left of this grate.
Unfortunately, however, it was locked and refused to open.
Sounds like it's locked.
Yep.
Jimmy took a moment to examine the left side of the room.
Stairs leading down.
They're blocked by the grate, though.
But this here seems accessible.
So we can open it?
Nah, I think it's locked too. Look.
In the center of the door was a small keyhole. Next to the keyhole, a small symbol had been carved into the metal.
What's this mark? The female symbol.
He wasn't quite sure what to make of it. Snake, naturally, was somewhat more sure.
Ah, the Venus symbol, I imagine. Do you recall the similar symbols near the large central stairway? They reference many of the solar bodies.
Oh, that's right. The Sun, Saturn, and Earth.
So, as you can see, that one is likely.
Not the woman symbol, but a Venus symbol.
So I assume.
But who knows? I can't see.
Hold on. Where's 7?
While they had been discussing the symbols, Junpei now realized 7 had slipped away. His absence now felt. Not felt. Snake and Junpei
there he
turned
is,
to look for
down
their
that
missing
hallway.
companion. There he is down the hallway. 7 had left him to head down the hallway, extending to the right of the stairs.
This way, Snake. Follow me.
Junpei grabbed Snake to lead him to the right direction, and they both headed off after 7. Before long, the three of them stood in front of a door.
I wonder if this door will...
It was a French door.
How about that? It opens.
Junpei tested the door and realized that, unlike so many others that they had encountered, it was unlocked. Almost as though he was afraid it would suddenly lock itself, Junpei threw the door open. Just gotta be sure, right? He stepped inside.
Oh, wow.
A casino? It took only a moment for Junpei to take in his new surroundings.
Is this some kind of casino?
Sure looks like one.
Before Junpei could come any further, a noise from behind him made him turn around. Snake was shaking the door. No. Snake was shaking the door. They just come through.
Well, this is troubling.
And they just got locked in. As 7 and Junpei watched, he threw up his hands in frustration and then kicked the door for good measure.
It seems we are once again locked in.
There was no reason to panic, however.
Even if that door was open, it's not like we had anywhere to go that way.
So we must find another exit then.
All right, guys, let's split up and search this room. Come on, no dawdling. Let's go. Quickly now.
Spurred to action by 7's words, Junpei and Snake began to examine the room. Alright, let's do it. Another way out. Alright, let's get this started. Wrong one. Card. Card 5. The 5 of spades. There's nothing on the table anymore. That's a weird table. A square poker table. There's nothing on it. Junpei, I found this on the counter. It feels like a playing card. Card 7. The 7 of spades. Something here too. Hey Junpei, I found this on the shelf. Huh? A playing card? Card 4. The 4 of spades. There's a whole lot of glass on that shelf. Doesn't look like there's anything else back there though. Well, will you look at that? Someone with a bottle of booze here. Don't mind if I do. Oh, that hits the spot. Feels like my throat's burning. Damn, he really drank it. We don't even know how long it's been there. I suspect something. There's a bottle with some booze in it sitting on the counter. One more sip. I don't think so. I'm cutting you off, pal. 7. The chandelier's hanging. Chandelier-like from the ceiling. What are we looking for exactly? Oh, nothing there. Alright, let's continue. Another card. The 3 of spades. Wow, this place is like super amazing. What's this place for? Probably for playing baccarat. Baccarat? Looks a little off though. Yeah, look at the middle of the table. There's something mounted on it, see? This? Suddenly, Seven began to speak.
Ah, baccarat. You ever played Junpei?
Junpei shook his head. He'd barely even heard of the game.
No, never.
Alright then, how about I explain the rules to you a bit? See, baccarat is kind of an unusual game. You've got the banker and the player. The whole point is that you guess which one's gonna win.
What?
And whether the banker or the player wins, it all depends on their hands. The way each hand works is different from other games too. See, you take the number from the ones place after you add up the value of all your cards.
You take the number from the ones place after you add up the value of your cards.
Whoever gets the number closest to 9 wins. If your number is smaller than your opponent's, you lose.
Huh.
And that's it. That's the explanation. Got it? Well, actually, there's a lot more to it. Strategy, details, that sort of stuff. But what I just told you sums up the core of the game pretty well. The single digit of the sum of all the cards you have. The strongest hand is a 9, and the weakest hand is a 0. You just ignore the number in the 10 spot. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So I had to add up all my cards, and whatever is the first number in that, what's the first number in the total sum of all that is the number I have. The highest number of the 2 players is the winner. And I guess if you have a 9, you automatically win. So he hadn't been asked for it, but Seven's explanation, rushed though it had been, was helpful.
Well, maybe half of it. Enough. I got a chance at winning the game if I played now.
However, we have no way of knowing if the puzzle in the baccarat table makes use of those rules, and if it does, in what manner.
Then I guess we try everything.
Feeling more confident, if only slightly, Junpei approached the baccarat table. We don't even know how to play. I can see the playing card behind the thick glass case. It's the 8 of spades. Hey Seven, are we really supposed to play baccarat? It's a baccarat table. What the hell else would we do it? Stop worrying about it. It's real simple. What's the opponent's hand? Well, there's an 8 in the glass case. Alright, then that's your opponent's number. If that's the case, what 3 cards do we need to get that number? Cards? 3 cards. There are a couple of indentions with white lines around them, right? Those means we gotta put down 3 cards. So, place 3 cards here and defeat the opponent's 8. That's what I've gotta do, I guess. Yeah, I think so. Somebody tell me those aren't the only rules. Alright, let's give it a shot. Before I start, I better make sure I've got the rules straight. There are 3 empty indentations. I just gotta pick a card and play it. I figure if I put them in the right spots, something ought to happen. Alright, let's give this a try. Well, okay, since we have to make a 9, because that's the only number that can be 8, so 7, 5, and 4. Did that do anything? What number does that? Huh. That's a weird one. We'll come back to it. That square table. It looks like a mahjong table. Do you play mahjong, Seven? Maybe? I don't remember exactly, but I do remember a couple of hands and some of the rules, so I figure I must have played at some point. Excellent. Well, once we vacated this vessel, I should like to play a game with you. Can you, play? So long as you tell me which tile I am eliminating, yes, I believe I have at least enough skill to defeat an amateur. However, I must ask you to remove the red tiles when we play. Okay. Check out that stained glass. How beautiful. You can't even see, Snake! Snake, get the fuck out of here. You can't even see. What? Huh? Stained glasses, colored pieces of glass, placed together in a frame. As I've said many times before, I need only touch it to know. I can at least discern that the basic structure. Snake, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. What the heck is all this for? It says 1 the plate. So I got the symbols for heart, spade, and diamond here. The Slot Machine has a pretty old-fashioned design. It looks well maintained and probably still works. What the heck is this? Lock? It seems the card is attached to the panel. And attached very well, it seems. If you don't mind, what sort of card is this? It's a playing card. The ace of spades, in fact. Lock? Here's the card slot. Looks like we need to put a playing card here. Oh, the 8, and that gives us a 9. It's not working. So it would seem. I was shocked and appalled that guessing I random has not yielded better results. Yeah. Okay, well now I know what to do there. Damn it. This isn't exactly working out the way I expected. It's locked, isn't it? Is there a keyhole? If there is, I can't find it. Well, there must be some way to unlock it. Let's look around a little more, shall we? Oh, here we go. What's this? Oh, there's one. Didn't think I found a card here. A 6. What are these? There's a weird looking thing floating in there. What the heck? There's a pair of lights, each with a strange glass object in front of it, on top of the fireplace. Wait, when those 2 lights turned on, I heard something fall from the bottom of the fireplace. A spade, a diamond, and a heart? What was that? I heard something down there. There's something in the fireplace. A coin bag? There are a whole bunch of coins stuffed into this velour bag. Look at all those coins. Perhaps these coins will allow us to convince the machines to move. Worth the shot. This door is shut tight. It won't open. Well, we got nothing else to do. Might as well, right? Well, this seems to be a slot machine. There's a slot for coins on the upper left side of the face. Perhaps we should put the coins we have recently acquired in there. Alright, let's put in a coin from the bag in here. What happened? I heard an odd noise. Well, to be honest, I don't know. I pressed on the buttons and smacked the machine once or twice, but nothing happened. Oh! Looks like the coin got stuck. Oh dear. It got stuck? The coins are stuck. Don't think this machine is gonna work anymore. Are you sure, Junpei? The coins are stuck in there, but good. In there, but good. The machine won't be working anymore. Let's try this one then. A slot machine, I see. There seems to be a coin slot in the upper left corner. Alright, let's drop this coin in this coin slot. Come on, you little bastard. I only need one of you. It worked. Well, that's really weird. Okay. Got one. Damn. If that picture was something, the lights, it was a spade, a diamond, and a heart. Ah, I was so close. It's just like, oh, this is kind of like random luck, isn't it? Like, oh, that's a tough one. And what is so tough, if I might ask? Hitting these reels just right. The timing is, well, it's not easy. don't believe you need to hit them just right. Huh? Main body of the slot machine. There's the coin slot on the upper left. Well, usually the way things work is that if the reels match, a whole bunch of coins come out. Exchanging those coins for prizes is the best part, though. A prize, huh? I wonder what might happen if we were to match all the reels. I imagine the prize would be the tools that would lead our escape. Does the third slot machine work? I should be more careful in the future. You've got the coin stock in the machine on the left. Please don't make the same mistake again. That would be bad. I know that. Be fine. Jerk. I'll put this coin in the slot and show him, and that'll show him. That's weird. Do you intend to lock it in here? It's not my fault. The coin just got stuck all on its own. Oh boy. Okay, so the 2 one's the only one that works. What am I supposed to match? Am I supposed to match the symbols down there?
A few moments later.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Oh my god, that took so long. I thought about it and I was like, right? I was like, wait a minute. The pattern, like the pattern on the picture was like spade, diamond, and a heart. And so I thought I had to get that on the reel. Oh my god! And I thought about I thought about like why are the pictures on there too? I was like, and I thought about like, oh maybe that's like a combination, and it fucking worked. Holy hell! 777. Yes, 777. And I think I hear something unlocking in there. Impressive Junpei. It would appear to be unlocked now. There is something akin to a drawer in the bottom part of this machine, yes? That is a pickup drawer for the dividend. Probably the lock for the drawer got unlocked. Please open it if you would. Huh. What is it? Is there something in there? Yeah, a playing card. And this. A key with the Venus symbol on it. Excellent, Junpei. Now we'll be able to open the gate. And we just need to figure out how to get out of this room. Correct. Come on, Junpei, hurry up. And he's off. There's a playing card and a Venus key. Better put the key in my pocket for later. As for the card... Okay, so we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now we need the 8 card. I'm pretty sure I got the rules straight. There are 3 empty indentations, and so you gotta pick a card and play it. I figure if I put them in the right spot, something ought to happen. Maybe I have to equal 8. So if that's the... oh, there we go. Okay, so I thought so. Like maybe I just have to like match it. All right, if I put these 3 cards. Yes, open for me. Great, you did it, Junpei. Think it's time to take the 8 card? Come on, let's grab it. Say less. All right, let's take this card. Now we can open this. Put this in here. All right. What? And in you go. Hey, all right, it opened up. It seems we have another device to contend with, yes? There are 3 slots in this one. I have to make a 9? 3 slots for cards. And there's a 9 right below them. So that probably means we gotta make 9 with the 3 cards we put in the slots, right? Just like what we did over at the Baccarat table. Alright, let's give it a shot. Do we even have enough for that? We do. Good for us. And that makes 9. Alright, so I put all the cards we have left into the slots. What happens now? Is that... Yes, I did hear something from the exit. Excellent work, Junpei. Wonderful. It seems the exit is unlocked. Let's go. Whew! Alright, let's go. Alright, we did it. That didn't take that long. Kinda easy too. You found it. Yay! Junpei and his companions ran out of the casino and into a large open room. A room, in fact, they had been in once before. There was little to surprise them there. They already knew what their next step had to be.
This way.
The iron gate still stood in place, locked tight, blocking the stairway, and right in the center of it,
The keyhole with the Venus symbol. The Venus key should work here.
wasting no time, he pulled it out and shoved it into the keyhole. He turned it. With the distinctive sound of metal on metal, he felt the lock click open.
It sounds like it did. All right, let's get this thing open.
No problem. Let me help with this one.
Junpei grabbed the handle on the left side, and Seven took the handle on the right. On Junpei's signal, they both pushed, and the gate creaked open.
It sounds as though you have opened it. We should be able to reach C deck now, I imagine.
Snake, are you gonna be all right? I mean, the stairs.
Please, do not do yourself the embarrassment of underestimating me. I would be unlikely to trip even if I were running backwards.
Snake, alright, look, just so you know, you were the one who got kidnapped, alright, last time, so.
Good to hear. Let's move.
At Seven's words, they leapt onto the stairs and jogged quickly down them. In no time at all, they found themselves on C deck.
Everything looks okay here.
We should check the next deck down, just in case.
When he reached the water, he called back up to Snake and Seven.
Just what I thought. D-deck is completely underwater.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase.
The surface of the water below them was flat, like a mirror.
I'm just glad the water level hasn't changed much.
Back to the C deck then.
Now, how about we check out what's here?
They began searching around and taking stock of what was on C deck.
There are 2 elevators over there, which means it's probably the same upstairs.
There's a card reader between them. And another weird mark.
Hey, check it out. It's the symbol for Lotus.
What?
What?
See? It's got the woman symbol, and then it's got the devil horns, right?
Alright, Junpei, you funny.
Yeah, I see. There's no two ways about it.
Alright, Seven, you understood the assignment. Alright, bet.
That was a pretty good one, kid.
Seven tousled Junpei's hair in what he likely thought to be a friendly manner. Junpei feared his neck might break, even though it was clear Seven had kept his strength in check.
Oh, would you watch it, man? Whew, that hurts. You're gonna break my neck.
What are you talking about? The human body ain't that weak.
His might be. Shit.
Maybe this'll toughen you up, huh?
Aw, Seven and Junpei are good friends.
If we were looking for a devil, we've got one right here.
Thankfully, Snake interrupted. After Junpei's observation, he'd gone over to examine the card reader.
This is a Mercury symbol. The marks you mistook for horns are a stylized version of the wings and staff of Hermes.
Wings and a staff. Huh. So then, she beats you with the staff until you die and go to heaven. Sounds like Lotus, all right.
At least Seven's having fun. Seven shook Junpei's head even more vigorously, and the younger man began to feel as though his brain was being jostled being inside of his skull.
7! Oh, that's too much! Oh, my head!
Junpei's stomach began churning uncomfortably.
Oh, I think I'm gonna puke.
Unless we can activate this device, I doubt the elevator will function.
In other words, we gotta find a key card with a Mercury symbol on it.
So I would assume.
Let's forget the elevators for right now. How about that hallway to the left?
Whoa, there's a bunch of doors.
Wasn't there like just nothing in them, right? Like, there were a great many doors lining both sides of the hallway. They seemed to stretch on forever, and all 3 men suddenly felt very small.
Ah, shit. We're not gonna have enough time to check all these, are we?
Maybe we can come back here later. We should check out the other side. Let's head back.
To the right of the stairs, another hallway stretched out, reaching deeper into the bowels of the
To
ship.
the right this time.
After a few moments of moving briskly down the hallway, They emerged into an area roughly the same size and shape as the one on top of the stairs. On the left side of the room were 4 French doors.
There are doors here too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Let's open them up, starting with the closest one there.
Okay, I'm on it.
Junpei nodded and grabbed the one closest to him. He gave it a small tug and felt it move.
It isn't locked. I'm going to open it.
Thrilled to have found another unlocked door, he threw it open. Junpei didn't know what to make of what he saw.
What?
He simply stood, unable to speak. Seven's eyes opened wide and his mouth gaped. After a few long moments, Seven at last managed to speak.
Hey, what is this place? It's so huge and empty.
The massive room stretched out in front of them, more a cavern than a room. Its vastness was oppressive, and it bore down on Seven and Junpei. It was not empty, however. The entire room was filled with lines upon lines of beds. They were simple things, a little more than pipe and thin mattresses.
Oh, there are beds everywhere.
Is this a hospital? The harsh scent in the air is reminiscent of antiseptic solution.
I think so. There are shelves in the center of the room with medicine and surgical tools.
Hey, look there. The 4 doors at the end.
3 of them were emblazoned with large single-digit numbers made with thick red paint.
The left door says 3. The second door is blank, but the third has a 7. And the rightmost door is 8. There's no doubt. They're numbered doors.
Hey, why is that door between 3 and 7 blank? Does that mean anything?
No point worrying about it right now. Let's see if these will open first.
Yeah, good idea.
The 3 of them treaded their way through the beds toward the back of the room. Upon reaching them, they proceeded to investigate each door in turn, but to no avail.
Yep, locked. Just like I thought.
Naturally. After all, there are rules to the nonary game, and to allow these doors to open easily would violate those rules.
Right, you guys should know by now.
Unless we can authenticate ourselves with the red, the numbered doors will...
Whoa, check this out.
Suddenly, Seven spoke up, interrupting Snake.
Look at the red. There's nothing on it.
Huh?
Oh yeah, they weren't on.
Don't you remember the red back at the main staircase? If there wasn't anyone in it, it said vacant on the little screen, remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But this one...
There's nothing.
Right? You think it's broken?
Only one way to find out.
No, nothing.
Junpei and the others put their hands on the panel, but nothing happened. The red refused to change. They tried pulling the lever and still nothing. As they soon discovered, it wasn't only the red on door 8 that seemed to be malfunctioning.
How about the red on door 7? And door 3?
I didn't think all of them would be malfunctioning.
What does it mean?
They've got to be broken. Man, that bastard. I didn't think Zero was the kind of guy who'd screw around with something like this.
Whoa. Zero's been prepared for everything so far, and you're saying he's gonna make a mistake now?
Well, that's the only thing I can think of. This thing ain't working at all.
While Junpei and Seven talked, Snake busied himself with examining the red. After a time, he lowered his hand and spoke.
It seems as if some of the internal hardware has been removed.
Internal hardware?
That is what I said. Take a look at the underside of this red, if you please.
The bottom?
Junpei obliged and bent over to look at the underside of the device.
Huh, there's a thin slot here. I think it's a slot for something. Probably electronic.
The other 2 reds are the same. Something's been removed from all 3 of them.
I get it. So the reds aren't working because somebody pulled out their guts.
So I assume.
But why? And who? I mean, it really doesn't make sense.
I have no idea. Why on earth would I know something like that?
I don't know, Snake. Just then, they heard the sound of a door opening.
Oh, what now?
The three of them turned and saw Akane. Oh no, Jimmy thought it's...
June!
She stopped short, surprised to see them, and was very nearly bowed over by the rest of her companions, who were coming through the door behind her.
Ace! Santa! Clover! And Lotus!
Guess everyone's here.
Junpei and Seven were, for the moment, at a loss for words.
What are you guys doing?
Why are you...
That's my line?
Perhaps we should exchange information.
After a moment of silence and surprise, everyone suddenly began to talk, desperate to exchange information. They talked about the rooms they'd been through and how they ended up in the same place. Of course, none of it was very useful information, but that hardly mattered. They were happy to simply see one another again. Although the level of cheer varied greatly from person to person, each one of them was wearing some manner of smile. Almost as though they had already forgotten about the death of the ninth man. No, thought Junpei, perhaps that wasn't it. Perhaps thoughts of his death were what drove them to smile at one another. Not in a morbid or hateful way, no. The ninth man had died, but they were still alive, and that was something to be happy about. A sort of simple, uncomplicated joy, Junpei thought, the joy of being alive. Still alive. He felt sorry for the ninth man. But more than anything, Junpei was just happy to be alive.
And that's what we know.
Okay, so we're here now. We've been here before. So, does the flowchart do this, right? Okay, yeah, we've been here. So we can, wow. He lifted Ace up off the floor and laid him on the bed he'd been leaning against. When Jimmy turned around, Lotus gave him a look of pity.
Well, we really don't have a choice now. We can't let his sacrifice go to waste, right?
Like you even mean that.
You say something?
No, nothing.
It felt wrong, but he had to agree. Then suddenly, Santa spoke.
Yeah, but we're not done choosing yet, are we?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, we haven't decided who's going in what door.
Ah, yes. Yes, that's true.
Enough of this screwing around. Let's decide. You first, Lotus. Which door do you want?
I want door number 8. It's the same number as my bracelet number.
Got it. You're 8. You're next, 7. Which one do you want?
I'll take 7. I can't get along with that old lady.
What? What did you just say?
Her face distorted by rage, Lotus took a step forward towards 7. He threw up his hands and made a face like a child caught with his hands in a cookie jar.
Me? I didn't say nothing.
Oh, you're gonna get it next time.
She shot him a glare that would have melted steel, then turned and stalked off.
All right, who's next?
Santa's gaze moved across the 3 people left. Finally, they stopped on Junpei.
Junpei, which door do you want?
Right, Snake has been gone now. At last, Junpei's mind was already made up. I went through door 7, so that means I went with Clover and 7. That's right. For the sake of it, I don't even know. We'll go through door 3.
I want to go through door number 3.
Nope, you can't.
What?
Huh? Why?
Because it's impossible. If we split ourselves into 3 and 3, then we give up on going through door 3.
Why?
The bracelet numbers for the 6 of us are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 2 combinations that can go through door 3 with 3 people. 3, 4, 5, or 6, 7, 8.
3, 4, 5. That makes 12. That makes 12. So that's 3. And 6, 7, 8. That makes 13. That makes 15. 21? That's 3. Oh, okay.
That's it. Of course, 2 teams can't go through the same door.
I see. That means one team would get left behind.
That's right.
That doesn't happen if we go through door 7 or 8?
No, they're fine. We've got 3 options.
Stan began to explain.
Option A, have 3, 5, and 8 go through door 7, and 4, 6, 7 go through door 8. Option B, 4, 5, and 7 go through 7, and 3, 6, and 8 go through 8. Option C, 3, 6, and 7 go through 7, and 4, 5, and 8 get 8. Those are the only 3 options. That's it. At least if we want to get all 6 of us out of here.
Wait.
That was when Jimmy realized. Plan A divides into 2 teams. 3, 5, 8 and 4, 6, 7. Plan B divides into 2 teams. 4, 5, 7 and 3, 6, 8. Plan C divides into 2 teams. 3, 6, 7 and 4, 5, 8.
That means
There was one thing they all had in common.
5 and 6 can never be on
Can
the
never
same
be on the
team.
same team.
If we want all 6 of us to go through a door, then June and I can't go into the same one.
You didn't go in the same one last time. Jin and Jimmy had been friends when they were kids. He trusted her more than anyone else on the ship. If he chose 7 or 8, he'd be taken away from her. Was that something he was prepared to do?
Have you mulled it over enough, or do you need more time? Anyway, that's the deal, so think it over. You've got 2 choices, 7 or 8. You can't choose 3. If you choose 3, you're gonna be leaving 3 people behind to die. So what are you gonna do? 7 or 8? Time to choose.
Jimmy thought hard. After thinking it over, his conclusion was... What? Okay, we know that 3 goes back around. We know all 3 of these doors come back here eventually. So...
Sorry, Santa, but I still want to go through door 3.
What? That's nuts! You've gotta be crazy!
Fuck you, first of all. And
Why the hell are you so obsessed with that door?
I'm just...
Junpei paused. He swallowed the words he'd been about to say.
I'm just curious about door 3. That's all.
That doesn't explain shit!
I've got a reason. I'd be happy to explain it to you if you'll just come with me.
If you'll just come with me. With that, he began walking toward the door. Their curiosity liked getting the better of them, and the others followed. A few of them looked a little suspicious, but Junpei told himself that wouldn't matter. He kept walking and kept silent. Eventually, they arrived at the number 3 door. Junpei stopped.
I'm curious about the red. 7, would you mind authenticating for me?
What? Why?
Please, just do it.
He stared at Junpei for a moment, then grunted and laid his palm heavily on the scanner.
Happy?
Yeah, thanks.
The number
Junpei...
7 has been entered into the red.
Junpei! No!
Next is June. Please touch the red just like 7 did.
Jumpy, what are you trying to figure out?
Junpei! You slide dude! This was the greatest... This was the con of the century, man. What the fuck?
Yep. I think
Junpei thought about his answer for a moment.
I might have found another way out.
What?
Really?
That got them excited. Just as Junpei had intended.
Now please, June.
Oh, okay.
Bro, how'd y'all fall for this so easily? 7 and 6 is 13. 1 plus 3 is 5. Equals 4. 1 plus 3 equals 4. With those 2 numbers in the red, Junpei had what he wanted. He casually placed his own hand on the scanner and the 3rd asterisk blinked on. This dude crazy, bro. What the hell, Junpei? 4 plus 5 is 9.
All right. The only people who haven't authenticated now are Santa, Clover, and Lotus.
So, what's your point?
You don't get it. Think about it.
Huh?
What's the sum of your number and Clover's?
12.
3.
And what's the digital root of that?
3.
Which is Santa's number. By the way, Lotus, what's the number that's currently in the red?
7 plus 6 plus 5 equals 18. It would be 9, right?
Yes, and what will the digital root be if you add 3 to that?
3. The door's number.
What?
There you go.
Hey, wait a minute. What the hell are you
That means you getting left. That means you getting left out, Santa. That's what the fuck that means.
I'm not up to anything.
I'm not up to anything. I'm not up to anything.
I'm just waiting.
I'm just waiting.
Waiting for what?
I'm waiting for the balance to shift.
Damn, Junpei. Junpei, that was legit, my boy. Oh, he turned the tables on Santa. Like, man. Shit, you trying to leave 3 people behind, Santa? No, we're gonna leave 1 person behind.
Santa, or Lotus and Clover. Once one of you moves, the others won't have a choice.
Right. So if Santa puts his number in, Lotus and Clover will stay. But if Lotus and Clover put their numbers in, Santa has to stay.
So I'm waiting.
Junpei laid his hand almost casually on the lever.
You son of a bitch! You tricked us! All that stuff you were going on about is all bullshit!
Bullshit? Huh. I don't think so. Didn't I tell you I'd figured out another way to get out of here? This is it.
This is it, really legit. You didn't lie. This is it. 5 of us go. Leave one of you. At least 4 of us go. 4 or 5 of us. The other 3, 1 or 2 people stay behind.
Why the hell would you do something like this?
Oh, shut up. Junpei glanced at June.
Jumpy.
You did this just so you could go through the same door as June. That's it?
Santa was furious. His face was red, and Flex's spit flew from his lips as he spoke. Junpei closed his eyes calmly, and then opened them again.
So, who's it going to be? Santa? Or Lotus and Clover?
Shit!
Let's go, Clover.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Lotus leapt forward. She grabbed Clover by the sleeve and ran for Junpei and the door.
Fuck!
Caught by surprise, Santa froze for a moment, then shot forward like a bullet from a gun. Lotus had a head start, but Santa had the advantage in size and speed. Almost immediately, he passed Lotus and Clover.
No, wait!
Santa did not hesitate. He slammed his hand down the red.
This is insane! This isn't right!
He glared at Junpei, his chest heaving.
Yeah, well, you may be right.
Junpei's voice was cold, but not without effort.
But
he turned on the red and pulled the lever. With the sound of metal on metal, the door opened. It would only remain for 9 seconds. There was no time to think.
Go.
Junpei and his 3 reluctant companions jumped into the door's gaping mouth, one after another. No sooner did they enter than an all too familiar noise sounded from their left wrists. The detonators had activated. Junpei looked back only once and saw Lotus and Clover on the other side of the closing door.
No.
Look, Junpei, this was cool, but man, I wish Lotus and Clover would have came with us. Fuck Santa. They stood still, stopped where they had been when Santa reached the red. The defeat and desperation on their faces tore at Junpei's heart. Then the door closed, and they were gone.
You son of a bitch, Junpei! This isn't fair!
Santa rounded on Junpei, lightning crackling in his eyes and his knuckles white.
Do you realize what you just did? You leave them out there, and they can't...
Shut it! That's enough!
It hadn't been Junpei that spoke, 7.
We gotta find the dead or none of this is gonna matter!
The clock was ticking. The dead was their only chance of survival. Unless they could find it and deactivate their detonators, the 4 of them would be...
We got less than a minute left! No time for screwing around! Get moving!
Damn it! You and I are not done yet, bastard!
Oh, fuck off, Santa. You did worse than I did. They scattered and began to scour the room. The deactivation device was nowhere to be found.
Where the hell is it?
Corridors stretched out in 3 directions, but every one was blocked off by a wall of metal. There was only one way out. One other door.
Over there! It's gotta be behind the door!
7 ran for the door, a rusty iron thing. His large hands grabbed hold of the handle and pulled.
Damn, it's pitch dark inside.
Can't see a thing!
Junpei stuck his head through the door and looked around the room.
No, wait.
Almost immediately, he spotted the blinking red light on the right wall.
Found it! The dead's right over here!
He stepped into the room.
Ugh. What? The floor's slippery!
He stopped and glanced down at his feet. What was...
What the hell are you doing?
There's something...
Get over there!
Junpei felt Seven's heavy hand against his back and stumbled across the room. The other 3 popped in behind him. They all felt immediately that something was wrong. Nothing that could be easily identified, only a sense that something terrible shared the room with them. But there was no time to say so.
Quick! Get to the den!
They all started running. In the dark, it was hard to tell where the wall was. All they could see was the tiny red light blinking at them over and over and over.
There it is!
Oh, it's covered in blood! In quick succession, they all slammed their hands against the scanner panel. Seven leaned against the wall, gulping air. As his breath began to return to normal, he glanced at his left wrist and grunted.
It stopped. It stopped.
Junpei could hear him laughing in the dark, but could barely make out the large man's face.
I don't think I'll ever get used to doing this.
What the...
The sound of retching came from Stan's direction.
What the hell is this smell? This is vile. I'm gonna puke.
So desperate had they been in their race to the dead that no one noticed the horrible smell that pervaded the room. It was a terrible, nauseating stench, like burnt and rotten meat. Adrenaline had drowned it out, but now it rolled over Junpei in waves, forcing itself into his nose with every breath he took.
Oh, you're right. Oh, this is...
He felt his stomach clench, and bile raise up in his throat.
Let's get the lights on first. There's a switch over here.
The light that spilled in the front from the door barely illuminated a small switch panel next to the door. Slowly, with the toll of the last few minutes apparent in his gait, Seven walked toward it. He stopped as he got close and extended his fingers toward the switch.
Okay, guys, I'm flipping it on.
There was a soft click as the lights came on. Just as the lights turned on, June took in a short breath and... A scream echoed through the room. Junpei's breath stopped in his throat. His heart ceased to beat. Time froze. His mind scrambled to make sense of what he saw before him.
What?
Hey. Oh, this is...
What was left of the body sat in a sea of blood. Chunks of flesh torn from the body sat in the blood like tiny islands in the Great Red Sea. A vast, ragged hole had been torn in his torso, and what remained of his intestines spilled out like fresh spaghetti. Ugh! Smaller chunks of meat had splattered against the wall and become stuck there as they dried. Globules of yellowish fat had left trails like tiny slugs as gravity pulled them down the wall, even as they dried to it.
Looks like an explosion.
Seven's voice was low and strained.
Just like a nightmare. The detonator in his bracelet set off the bomb in his gun.
Oh god. The bone is coming out of his left arm.
It's definitely an open fracture.
It's really... Ugh. It looked as though the explosion had been quite powerful. His legs were both bent in an odd, unnatural way, and his left arm had split open, exposing the painfully white bone of his ulna. His bracelet lay next to him. It seemed to have hit the wall hard enough to have shattered the display, which lay on the ground in pieces.
The face is the worst.
Yeah, can't even tell who it is.
Half of his head had simply collapsed. The blood coating almost made it look like a raw pizza dough covered in tomato sauce. His clothes, too, were covered in blood. The burgundy tie, the white shirt, the jacket with the yellow piping, and the gray slacks.
But the clothes are...
They were all familiar to Junpei.
Snake?
Santa's voice wavered as he spoke, his mouth dry.
Oh my god.
Finally, Junpei spoke.
Why did this happen?
No!
Suddenly, June was screaming, her voice broken. It was an eerie scream, full of insanity and not entirely human.
No! No! No!
She shook her head violently and grabbed fistfuls of her own hair. Junpei could hear the sound of hair tearing.
Stop! Calm down.
He grabbed for her wrist,
Hey!
but as he did, June leapt up and ran toward the exit.
Please! Get me out of here! You have to let me out of here!
She screamed at the door, and her fist slammed against it with a hollow sound. Junpei could see the drops of blood on her knuckles.
Why are you doing these horrible things to us? What did we do to deserve this?
June.
She screamed again, a desperate, mindless cry. Her fist fled against the door.
Get me out of here! Please! Please! Just let me out!
June.
Junpei couldn't watch anymore. He ran to June and wrapped his arms around her, pulling the screaming girl away from the door.
Calm down.
No! Get off of me! Let me go! Let me go!
Please, calm down.
She scrambled for a moment, her legs skittering across the floor. But her resistance didn't last long. As suddenly as her outburst had begun, it was over. The manic energy disappeared and her body went limp in Junpei's arms. June collapsed toward the floor, and Junpei knelt down with her. He felt drops of something warm and wet. Was she crying? A moment later, she began to sob. Her shoulders shook, and great hot tears rolled down her face like rain.
We're gonna be fine. It's gonna be alright, June. It's going to be okay, Connie.
Her name was a whisper.
I'll be here with you, okay?
She nodded once.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Her trembling voice pulled at Junpei's heart. He stroked her hair gently. His face was still close to her. The scent of her hair was nostalgic.
Do you feel better?
Yes, but I'd like to stay here. For a little while at least. Jumpy's body is so warm.
Several minutes passed before June's tears had dried. Junpei stood up. He bent down, put his arms under Junpei's, and helped her to her feet. They didn't speak. Neither did Seven or Santa. A person was dead. They had died in that room in a terrible way. Junpei knew there was no way he could make himself forget that. There was no way any of them could forget it, but mourning would do no good. They spread out to search the room, but each felt as if their heart was made of lead.
We better get to it.
Oh god. Here we go. We've got to find another way out. It's a small room, but we'll do it.
Day 2.
The divide between the stalls. On the other side of this wall. No. I don't want to think about that. Well, you'll have to. Because... Alright, let's see if anything happens when I turn you. Nope, nothing. Not even a drop. Is the pipe clogged? The heck? There's a piece of paper tied to this pipe with a wire. Notice, drainage valve operation. Please do not flush the water in these pipes. Doing so may cause the drain to overflow. Oh wow, it didn't go back. There's water coming out of the shower head. Let's see if... Shit, that's hot. Really hot. Man, that water must be just about boiling. I'm guessing that's our way out? Yeah. It's a thermometer. Can you get it off? No. It's screwed onto the wall. A thermometer. It's been attached to the wall pretty good with screws. I already checked all 3 toilets, you know. Nothing unusual there. But see, he's not mad anymore. Toilet paper? It's toilet paper with some kind of red symbol on it. You think maybe it's a Skytail cipher? Skytail cipher? What the hell is that? You wrap a piece of paper around a stick and then write several sentences on it so that the whole paper is filled up. Then you unwrap the paper and you can't tell what the original message was, right? That's how it works, more or less. Then you decipher it. Then to decipher it, you gotta have a stick that's the same diameter as the original one. Same diameter as the original one, huh? Yeah. Then you just wrap the paper around that stick and you can read the code. A thick pipe that stretches down from the ceiling. A wooden box. There's something in here. Luminol? What the hell is this thing? Some kind of spray bottle? There's something written on it. Lumen... Can't read anything else. The label's all faded. Let me see that. Just grabbed it from him. That wasn't very nice. Oh, this is luminol. You know, forensics guy used at crime scenes. Oh yeah, that stuff that glows blue when you spray it on blood. Even if the blood's been wiped off, it'll still glow. Okay. Good to know. The dividing wall that separates the toilets. Do we really want to look in there? What do you think this is? It looks like tar. It's kind of sticky. I don't think we can just wipe it off. I doubt just pouring some water on it's gonna help much either. What about hot water? Hot water? If we had some really hot water, like boiling hot, then maybe that will wash it off. Okay, interesting. There's nothing in the toilet. If there was, that would be gross. The skinny shelf. Look, a bucket. Junpei reached for the broom, and as he grabbed it, he heard a soft voice from behind him. It was June.
The rabbit hutch.
Huh?
What? He turned around. June still looked sadly pale, but there was a smile on her face.
Oh, you just reminded me of it. The rabbit hutch, I mean.
What the heck is the rabbit hutch?
How did I remind you of something like that?
Jumpy and the broom. You're always playing around with the broom in front of the rabbit hutch.
I was.
Don't you remember?
Junpei stared at the broom in his hand.
You mean, you don't remember that summer either?
She looked very sad. He shook his head.
Of course I remember. How could I forget something like that? It was terrible.
What happened to you guys? They were in the 6th grade. Junpei and June had been assigned to take care of the classroom pets, the rabbits. Their chief duty was to clean the hutches every morning. On the final day of school before summer vacation began, Junpei overslept. He rushed to school and found June standing in front of the rabbit hutches. No sooner had June arrived than June began to cry. He had no idea why until he looked behind her, into the rabbit hutch. The first thing he saw was blood. The hutch was filled with the dead bodies of the rabbits. Even after their teacher and friends came to see what the commotion was, June couldn't stop crying.
I just kept crying and crying until you came over. You held my hand, and you looked very serious, and you said, "Don't cry. I'm gonna catch the person who did this." After you told me that, I finally stopped crying.
Who the hell just kills rabbits?
Well, the real fun started after you quit crying. You told me we were going to catch the killer together.
June smiled, and a little of the flush of life returned to her cheeks.
Then we decided that we'd ambush them.
Yeah, I remember.
The school also kept roosters and roosters and guinea pigs. Junpei and June had decided the murderer would likely return to finish off the rest of the animals. They would ambush the killer at night. Junpei and June hid behind a hutch at dusk and waited. It was a warm summer night. The quiet sound of crickets whispered through the air. As the sun went down, the stars began to wink at them from the sky. And June's Akane Kuroshiki's face. That night was something Junpei knew he would never forget as long as he lived.
But the murderer never showed up. We waited for them all summer vacation, and they never showed up.
Yeah, but the animals didn't get attacked either. I think all that work amounted to something, you know?
He felt the same way, but it was good to hear her say
Although,
it.
you know, if you think about it, we were probably taking on a lot more than we could handle.
What do you mean?
She looked at him, confused.
Come on, we were just kids. If whoever killed the rabbits had actually showed up, they probably would have had a knife or something. I mean, you must have been pretty worried, right?
I wasn't worried because you were there with me.
Aww. She blushed furiously.
Well, you know, no one else wanted to take care of the animals.
Clearly embarrassed, she tried desperately to change the
I
subject.
was the only one who asked to do it at first.
Yeah, well, boys don't really want to bother with taking care of animals, you know.
Well, yeah, but you asked to do it after I did, didn't you?
If it wasn't the rabbits, they were going to make me do something else. You know how that school was. I figured it'd be
Yeah.
better if I was working with somebody who wasn't too much of a loudmouth, right? Somebody who wasn't going to tell on me if I felt like blowing it off.
Really? That's why you volunteered?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. I don't love you. He nodded quickly and much too earnestly, and then quickly looked away at something very important.
Really?
Of course.
That hadn't been the reason, of course. He had asked to take care of the rabbits so that he could be near June. But it had been so long ago, he couldn't bring himself to tell her how he felt back then. It would be embarrassing. He took a quick breath to clear his head, tossed the broom up, and then snatched it out of the air.
Well, we don't really have time to be walking down memory lane like this, you know? We've got to figure out a way out of this room. Otherwise...
Yes. I'm gonna look over there.
June nodded curtly, then turned and
I
walked
should
away.
get back to it myself. Ah! That's right. The pool of blood.
Jimmy turned around and looked at the door, at the room, at Snake's body. Chunks of flesh and organs still lay on the floor.
Going on and on about old times right next to a corpse? What were we doing?
Right, it is pretty strange.
Well, maybe it was because we're in this mess.
Despite such a situation, or perhaps because of it, the mind turned into the farthest thing from death that it could find. Still, Jimmy couldn't help but feel a twinge of guilt at wanting so desperately to live when Snake lay dead before him.
I have to survive, no matter the cost. I need to make sure she gets out too.
Yeah, go with that. As he stared at the clump of blackened flesh, all Jimmy could think of was how much he wanted to live. A broom. What are you doing with that broom? Combine? What if I wrap the toilet paper around the broom? Oh, so you wrap the toilet paper around the broom, huh? Looks like the symbols line up perfectly. It says 634 plus. Is that really what it says? says 634 plus on the toilet paper. There's the bucket. Now if we do this, maybe I can use the shower here to fill the bucket with hot water. Hey 7, could you turn on the shower? I'm gonna put the bucket under the head. Ah, okay, sure thing. Thank you, 7. Bucket filled with hot water. Alright, let's do it. There's something that looks like tar inside the toilet bowl. If I flush the hot water from the bucket, that should clean it up. There's something that looks like... Oh, okay. In here? Right. Alright, so I just poured the hot water into the tank and... Looks like you filled it up. Now you should be able to flush it, right? There's probably a handle somewhere on the tank that can pull at that. You think so? Serious? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. A screwdriver. Right, I know where to do that. Now the handle. Some pipes. Can I just do the tank on the toilet? Alright, let's flush the hot water. Well, there it goes. Just like the toilet should work. What the? That stuff's washed off. Looks like that writing was numbers. See it? 185 equals... What is this? You got me. Just looks like numbers. It says 185 equals on the inside of the toilet bowl. Huh. 185. 634 plus and 185 equal. Well, let's do this.
Hey, Junpei.
Santa?
You know why thermometers only go up to 107 degrees Fahrenheit?
No, I can't say I ever thought about that.
At 107 degrees, the cells in the human body start to die, and the organs begin to shut down. The proteins in your cells start to harden.
Is that why?
It's like when you hard-boil an egg. Even if you cool it down afterwards, it won't go back to being a raw egg. In other words, it's dead. That's why thermometers don't go past 107. There's no point.
I'm not gonna like it, but it goes higher than that, it's dead.
Oh yeah?
But it's pretty rare for a fever to get that high. Even viruses and stuff don't usually drive the body temperature up to 107. Of course, there are other external things that could.
Like what?
Well, let's see. Something like getting locked in a sauna, or getting thrown into an incinerator and burnt to death.
Yeah, I guess that would get a little hotter than 107 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, I got it! Huh? What's up?
Nothing. Forget about it.
I don't care about what you think, Santa, alright? Do you know what you did last ending?
What was that all about?
Oh, you took the thermometer off. It says open at the bottom of the gauge. I wonder what it means. Maybe when it gets that hot, something will open? Let's put it under here then? Yeah, if I can get this hot water on the thermometer, then maybe... Alright, thermometer, let's get this party started. Yep, looks like that's doing the trick. There goes the gauge. And now it's at the open mark. Huh? It opened. What's this? Looks like there's a piece of paper in here. 957. 957 plus. That means you're supposed to add something to 957, doesn't it? Well, yeah. Doesn't take a genius to figure that out. The problem is what to add. So we have 957 plus 634, I believe. 634 plus and 185 equal. walk this then. The pipe on the right must be connected to the drain in the middle of the room. If we turn on the water here, it'll probably come out through the drain. Like, this one right here? Alright, let's take a look. Those letters written in blood. LLR. What do you think that might... Do you think that might be some sort of dying message from Snake? No, that's impossible. You saw the blood. You aren't doing anything after something like that happens to you. And this... The way the blood's dried tells you it's real old. Whoever's blood this is, it ain't Snake's. Then you're saying this blood was put there a long time ago? Yeah. An old message written in blood says LLR. Left, left, right? I'm assuming? That's where we came in. I guess it's not locked, but there ain't really any point. All that's out there is the numbered door. We can't go back to the numbered door even if we wanted to. Okay, so... Lock, huh? There's a blue light next to it, but that's it. But it's off. On the note, it says, doing so may cause the drain to overflow. Huh, here. A red key card. And there's something else here. Thick pipe stretches across the floor. The red light's on, Jumpy. Okay, so that's one lock. So what's the other? What, you don't trust me? Oh, I bet... Wait, you don't really think we're supposed to use this luminol here, do you? Yeah, it does seem kind of weird to use it here. But maybe I should just try just in case. If it'll turn dry blood blue. Okay, I sprayed the lumen on the wall. What's next? The light. There we go. I was thinking like, okay, that message is for the pipes, but it wasn't like fully registering. Left, left, right, left. Got it. So left, left, right, and left. Well, I did what it said on the wall. I wonder if it actually did anything. Hey, this drain's acting up. What the hell did you do? Just mess with the valves a bit. Nothing big. Which drain? This drain. There must be water flowing through the pipe on the right. There's water pouring out of the drain. Hey, it's the Mercury symbol. It's the blue key card. This is the symbol for Mercury, isn't it? There was an elevator right outside the big hospital room. I think that same symbol was on the card reader next to it. That's right. Guess that means we're not supposed to use this card in this room. Do you really think so? You don't think maybe we need it for this room and for the elevator? Well, we'll find out right now. Great job, Jumpy. Both of the lights are on now. Now you just got to put in the password. But that's something I don't get. 634 957 and 185. The password is 4 digits. Both lights are on. We should be able to enter the password now. What's with the E and C keys? E means enter and C means clear, I think. So after you put in the password, hit E. If you screw it up, hit C. Well, I don't know the password. There's something here that I'm not getting. What is it? 185 equals... Hold on, what's 185? Chichiru is 5. About 643. Plus 957. 1600. I put that in wrong. My bad. It's actually 634 plus 957, and that makes 1591. The root of that is 7. Well, let's try it. 1591. Yeah, I thought so. About 1600. Okay.
A few moments later.
Oh yeah, hold on. I think I get it. It's 957 plus 634 plus. I messed up. It's 957 plus 634 plus 185, and that equals 1776. Hope that works. Woo! We did it. Let's go. Oh man. That took a bit.
There's a large iron door at the end.
Let's take a look. Huh? What are you doing, Seven?
Oh, you popped it open?
I figure maybe we might want to come back here sometime. So, I stuck the broom in there to keep the door from shutting. Alright, let's go.
Jumpy, look!
What's up?
What's that on the wall there?
Oh, I think it's...
Right, the map, right?
a map of the ship's interior?
It says C deck.
So it's the map for this floor, then. We'll have time to study it later. Let's keep going for now.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
What the?
You're shitting me. We're back.
Clover! Lotus! And Ace! I'm glad you're all okay. Lotus? What are you...
Lotus?
How could you do this to us?
Yeah, I figured.
Knock it off. We got bigger shit to worry about right now.
What?
Go have a look. I stuck the screwdriver in the door. That door over there, the one without a number. As long as the screwdriver's there, it can't shut, so you can get in there. There's a shower room past there. I stuck a broom at the door there too. Anyway, go take a look.
Then you're saying we can go in there without passing through the numbered door?
Yeah, that's about the size of it.
Wait, what the hell is in there?
You'll know when you see it.
Fine, let's go.
Oh man. Oh, Clover, I'm sorry.
My goodness. I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
Chill out, Ace.
Should I go as well?
Yeah.
Very well.
Clover, it's not him.
Snake was probably murdered. Chances are he was killed the same way the Ninth Man was. It's pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it. First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3. Then they shoved him into it. And waited 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was all over for Snake. But he didn't give up. He probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but He probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The detonator is only deactivated if everybody who authenticated when they went in uses the dead. Snake was the only one who went through the door, and then 81 seconds after he was shoved in, that happened.
I see. So that's what you meant by killers, huh? You need at least 3 people to open one of the numbered doors, including Snake. It wouldn't open for Snake and a single killer.
Yeah, that means we're looking at multiple perps here.
Well, just in case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed?
When we all split up to look for the parts for the Reds, I think. Right after that was when we noticed he was gone.
Then that means none of us have alibis. We were all off searching the rooms we'd been assigned, looking for those parts.
Yeah, that means anybody could be a killer.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? How can you say that so casually? You're implying that one of us is a killer.
Well, not just one of us. If I'm right, then at least 2 of us are murderers.
Why don't you calm down a bit, Seven? What are you going to gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants, you know?
What Zero wants?
Exactly. This game was set up by Zero, wasn't it? Any game has a winner and loser. Whoever makes it through door 9 is a winner, and those who don't are the losers. Zero is trying to make us fight against one another for that victory.
Then you're saying that Zero is trying to split us up by making us fight each other?
Yes, that is why we can't let ourselves fall prey to suspicion. We have to trust one another and form a strong bond of friendship. Otherwise, we'll end up ensnared by Zero's manipulations.
Then does that mean that the person who killed Snake...
Yes, almost certainly Zero himself. If there's anyone we should doubt, it should be Zero. He masterminded this game and kidnapped all of us. Doesn't it seem reasonable that he would have killed Snake as well?
Good question. If Zero killed Snake, then Zero is on the ship with us.
Was Zero on the ship with them? Of course.
But I don't... Where could Zero be hiding?
I think Zero is one of us.
Was he one of them? That's crazy.
That's crazy. Isn't the ship going to sink in a few hours? If Zero was here with us, he'd be putting himself in danger. Why the hell would he do something like that? There's no motive.
You don't believe me.
Clover, look. I do. Just I can't agree with you in this timeline.
Clover,
Clover, I understand what you're feeling. You don't feel that you can trust any of us, but you have to understand. The more we distrust one another, the further we fall into our true foe's trap. Zero was the one who did those horrible things to your brother. Do you want to let yourself be manipulated by someone who would do such a horrible thing?
It's 3 in the morning.
That means we have 3 hours left.
Yep.
Then we need to move now. 7, Clover, I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now it's important we trust one another, don't you? We must go. We have very little time left.
Our next destination is Mercury. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Oh, that's the...
Yeah, I found it in the shower room.
Oh, I see. It's got the Mercury symbol.
Now we can go.
Looks like there's only 2 floor buttons working.
C and bottom.
Time to head down then.
This is a numbered door.
Yeah, it's door 2.
So who should go through the door this time?
We don't need to be discussing who we're leaving behind this time, right?
Right. It's set up so we'll be able to meet up again once we get through the numbered doors.
Then there's no need for arguments at this point.
We should figure out who's going in first.
Very well. Would anyone like to volunteer?
I'll do it.
I'll go too.
All right, all right.
And I suppose I need to go too, then.
Us three? For real?
All right, we're taking off.
Okay, please be careful.
I mean, I guess if we're coming back, it has to work, right?
Jesus. You two are acting like you're married, you know that?
Hey, lay on baby girl. Hold on.
Don't be silly. Cut it out.
Cut it out. Okay, here we go.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Where the hell is it this time?
I don't see it!
Oh, there it is! It's right there!
Oh, I accidentally pressed the wrong button, didn't I? I did. Okay, I'm sorry.
It stopped.
Yeah, it stopped.
I was wondering when I pressed the. I was wondering like why are we doing like a lot of dialogue? I'm like, okay, I must have accidentally pressed it. Jimmy could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. The 7 and Lois were breathing hard and fast.
Man, I'll never get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
Damn right.
All right.
Junpei looked around again.
This hallway's pretty short, but it's got 5 doors. 3 on the left, and only 1 on the right.
Don't forget the last one at the end of the hall.
But it's got a metal plate over it, so I doubt we're gonna get anywhere that way.
After taking a look around the room himself, Seven spoke.
All right, let's get started. I think we'd probably better split up. You two okay with that?
Yes, no problem.
Sure thing.
Then I'll take this first one.
Seven nodded to them and stepped in the room closest to him.
I'll try the one next to it.
At last, Junpei was left alone.
Well, I guess I'd better get started too.
He looked intently at the remaining 3 doors. Alright, here we go. That is it. Confinement room from front hallway. Then let's just take the 3rd door. Oh, okay. The light's barely enough to see by. I feel like I'm gonna see a ghost here or something. It's a blanket. Not a really great one, but still. Nothing else about this? What's the deal with the lighting here? There's just this one beam of light. The rest of the place is too dark. I can't see anything. There's no way we can explore the rest of this room. The mirror seems really high. In fact, it's so high that it's kind of hard to see your reflection in it. It's a sink, but there's no light shining on it. It's hard to be sure because it's so dark here. I don't think there's anything going on with the sink. The faucet is too hard to turn. There's a partition that juts out from a dreary wall. Are those scratch marks? Am I seeing things? I'm trying to get to the other side of this. There we go. Toilet paper. It's still white enough for me to know what it is, even in the dark. There's nothing out of the ordinary about it. I can just barely make out the string for the toilet, but I can't get a hold of it. Damn it. It kind of pisses me off that I can see it, but I can't touch it. 14 is E? What is this? 14 equals E. It probably means a 14 somewhere represents an E. But I don't know what 14 that would be. It looks like a dirty toilet, but it's too dark to tell. Oh. Ugh. God damn it. No matter how hard I pull on this damn thing, it won't budge. Guess I won't be opening this anytime soon. It doesn't look like it's got a keyhole, and there doesn't seem to be anything stopping it. How the hell am I supposed to open it? Shit, smash that desk, Junpei, shit. Seems to be it then. There's a simple chair over here where the light doesn't shine. Okay, let's check the emergency room. There's a bunch of tiles on the door that spell out emergency. Emergence. Emergence. Maybe it means we need to emerge out of here. Lotus, aren't you in the other room? There's a door in the back. I wonder where it goes. I thought of that. I tried a couple things, but yeah, same result. Guess 7 wasn't about to do anything. Oh well. Alright, well, let's check your guys' room. Let's start with Lotus's. Another one. The heck? There's nothing in the drawer. Yeah, something's not right though. The handle on the drawer doesn't really fit, you know? It just looks messy. Why don't you take it out? Center roared. Oh. So there's a mirror on the other side of this drawer. Interesting. It's kind of an odd shape, and it looks like someone attached the handle with a screw after that fact. So what do we do with it then? What the heck is that paint on the damn... The heck? The drain is kind of a weird shape for a drain. You think they made it that shape for a reason, or just for fun? The sink is pretty unique. It's got a square drain, which seems a little weird to me. Somebody made some wavy blue lines on this mirror with blue paint. Is that a drawing of a blue scarf? No, maybe not. That's really weird. Dang it. A moon? A moon? What a filthy, disgusting moon. Yeah, it's pretty filthy, but it's a precious hint. Let's remember it, alright? What the hell? This paper seems to be pretty old. Ew, how the hell can you touch that? It's horrible. Well, it's not like I really got a choice, do I? It's not like I want to. It's just hanging from the wall. Well, if we're pulling the string, then it must be a toilet that flushes. This toilet is disgusting. You don't expect to touch that thing, do you? If you don't want to, then I'll do it, alright? So a moon. 14 equals E. There's a blue stripe on the mirror, and we found a drawer with a mirror on the bottom of it too. What the fuck? A towel. Well, it looks like a towel. I have to wonder if the design means anything, though. Maybe we should consider what the design might be. Perhaps that'll give us a hint. The bed looks cold. Pretty sure you'd freeze to death in the winter. No kidding. If I tried to sleep here, my skin would dry out in no time. Well, it's not like you're that young anymore. That shouldn't really matter. My, Junpei, aren't you lucky? It seems you'll die before you have a chance to grow old and hideous. I'm sorry, you're right. Dry skin is a woman's worst enemy. Junpei, you really want to, like... Maybe this? This looks just like a part of the design of the towel. Do you think that means anything? On the towel, it looks like water is flowing from the river to the spring. Do you think that means we need to make water flow from here? Well, if we can turn on the tap... It's a mirror... If we had a screwdriver, we can take that off and attach that to here, because it's missing. So, well, I need a screwdriver. What the heck? This needs... oh gosh. Huh? What the hell? It's not opening. There's something up with this drawer. I don't trust it. There's screws in it. It has screws! What the fuck? There's a pair of screws screwed into the desk, right on top of the drawer. Doesn't matter how old this thing is, we're gonna have a tough time if we just try and break it open. It's probably gonna be a pain, but I think we need to figure out a way to get those screws off. Well, unless you know where a screwdriver is. Man, this is a mess. He's not in the bed anymore. Can't say I want to sleep there. There's a dirty blanket on the bed. What the heck? There's a little towel in the drain. Doesn't look like we're gonna be able to pull it out of there. Might use our heads on this one. Alright, let's figure this thing out. Turn it on. Looks like the water doesn't work. Doesn't matter how much 7 turns that thing. No water's coming out. Have the water been shut off from somewhere else? That picture in the mirror. There's one in the next room too. Maybe I should see how that one relates to the towel. Maybe that'll help. Hell, it's not like it can make this situation any worse. The toilet paper's gone. A toilet paper tube, huh? I seriously doubt I'm gonna need this for anything. Well, this part is thinner than the rest. In fact, it doesn't really look like it's part of the rest of this thing. This rod feels loose. Maybe if I give it a couple turns. Here we go. Oh, it's a screwdriver bit. Interesting. Well, hold on. Let's combine this and this. It didn't work? Really? A sun? A symbol on a toilet lid, huh? Seems a little fishy to me. It's a sun symbol, but it doesn't look like the ones on the doors. Hey, this handle's pretty loose. Loose? You think it'll come off if you pull it on? You pull on it? It fell off. Huh? Look at this. The handle doesn't really fit on the string. Maybe it wasn't meant to be attached to it. Oh. So I just stick this metal rod into the handle. There, we have our screwdriver. Now, if I use a screwdriver and the screw in the center of the handle, maybe I can... There, I got the knob. Well, that works. Now, let's get these screws off. Sweet, got the screws off. Now we go in the drawer. And inside, there's nothing in here. Maybe the drawer's what we need. The drawer, huh? Alright, let's yank the thing out. Huh. There's a bump on the back. I wonder what it's for. Maybe there's a hole somewhere. And these buttons line up with with it and trigger a hidden switch or something. Hey, we've seen weird stuff. Doesn't seem that far-fetched. That is kind of weird, though. So now I have 2 drawers. Maybe if we switch the drawers? Let's do this one. Sound like something falling. What was that? I heard it too. Let's open the drawer. What the heck? There's a towel in here. I guess that's what made that noise, huh? I see. The drawers weren't the same size. That's why the towel didn't get knocked down by the other drawer. It's an odd-looking towel on the drawer. So if we put that in the sink... The drain is a really weird shape for a drain. Oh, but put the knob in here first. Sweet, the handle I got off the drawer fits into the faucet perfectly. Now I gotta turn the water on. Junpei, what are you doing? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I'm running the water. I can see that. I'm asking you why you're just letting it run like that. Think about it, Lotus. This faucet didn't have a knob when we found it, right? What do you mean? Just watch. Any time now. Hey, the water's filling up. Doesn't that just mean the pipes are clogged? Whoops, let's turn it off for now. So, Did anything change? The water stopped flowing. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. Junpei, I'm leaving this one to you, alright? Is the drain clogged? It looks like a lot of water isn't draining out of the sink. Well, I let the water pour into the sink with the river symbol over it, and it filled up. So what happened over at the spring mirror? If we go back to the other room? Hey, it filled up! Huh. So we got this tile, and it's got those red, blue, and gray lines. What the heck does this stuff mean? Hell if I know. Can't say I know for sure. Should we put the wet tile into his pocket? He was about to turn away when there was a noise behind him.
What the?
7? He spun around to see 7 kneeling on the floor. His face was rigid and pale. Droplets of sweat covered his forehead.
Hey, what's going on? Are you okay, man? You're sweating like crazy. Are you alright?
He was concerned. He'd never seen 7 like this before. Slowly, the other man lifted himself to his feet on shaky legs. 7, are you good, man? Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just got a little dizzy, that's all.
His face was pale, and his breathing was heavy. Sweat was pouring off his face and staining his shirt.
That's definitely more than just a little dizzy.
For real.
Are you sure? You don't look so good.
The 7 didn't answer. Half of his face was twisted as if distorted by extreme pain, and his eyes were glazed. Finally, he spoke.
What am I doing here?
Huh?
What? His words made no sense.
What are you talking about? We opened the number 2 door and walked in here. Don't tell me you forgot.
No, that's not what I mean.
He shook his head several times as if trying to clear something from it.
It ain't much, but I think some of my memories came back. I think I've been here before.
What?
Huh?
I said I've been in this room before.
You were here? When? Why?
Aoi. Like Nona.
What? Suddenly, 7 was mumbling to himself. They were words Jumi didn't understand. 7's hoarse voice trailed off, and Jumi couldn't make out what he said.
What the hell was that?
7's brow furrowed furiously, and he ground his teeth back and forth.
It's right there. I feel like I'm this close to remembering everything, but I just can't.
7 stopped, frustrated. He pulled his hat off and ran his hand through his hair. Then suddenly, he looked up, his eyes wide.
That's right, an experiment. There was some kind of experiment going on this ship.
An experiment? What sort of experiment?
Right, didn't Clover say something about this?
They were trying to control people. Or something like that.
Control people?
What the hell are you talking about?
Jimmy didn't know what to make of 7's story. Instead, he simply stared as 7 continued.
Chloe, Light, and Nona. Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were in the experiment, I mean.
You're talking about the same thing Clover was talking about.
I think there were 4 or 5 more, but I don't remember all their names. Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm here.
7 began to mumble to himself and wander aimlessly about the room. He looked confused. So far as Junpei could tell, the man was simply rambling and there were odd twitches in his movements.
Experiment. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Those kidnapped kids. Was I working that case?
7 continued to mumble to himself about things that meant nothing to Junpei.
Huh?
Junpei didn't have any answers for him, of course. He couldn't understand what was happening to 7. All he could do was wait. After a few minutes, 7 finally stopped.
Wait, under this bed.
He crouched down and looked under the bed. His face registered mild surprise, and he began to mumble to himself again.
The hole's gone? No, maybe it was a different room. There's gotta be a ton of rooms on this boat that look just like this one.
This... 7, what are you talking about? At last, Junpei could contain himself no longer.
Hey, what exactly do you remember? Maybe you could stop talking like a crazy person and tell me what's going on here.
7 stood up slowly.
Well, it's not like I really remember everything. I've only got bits and pieces, and they're scattered and don't make much sense.
I don't care. Tell me the bits and pieces then.
Right, come on, 7, you gotta tell me something. Junpei could feel it. Whatever 7 had remembered, it was important. Very important.
Okay!
7 drew a large, muscled hand down across his face. As he wiped the sweat from his brow, he spoke.
From what I can remember, I think I was a cop.
A cop?
You were a cop?
Yeah. I was looking for that group of kids that got kidnapped 9 years ago. You remember that, right? It was all over the news.
Yeah, I was still in school. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember some of it. I think it was a bunch of kids right around my age. They all just disappeared. Nobody knew why.
16 boys and girls disappeared?
It was all over TV and the newspapers every day. So you're saying you were investigating it?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I guess I found something. There was this medical company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals that had something to do with those kids. After I figured that out, I managed to get some information out of somebody who worked for them. I think it was...
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Yeah, that had to been it.
Well...
That's why I went to the wharf.
Sheesh, 7, you were a legit cop. What the fuck?
In the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them were carrying large bags. Bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand. Don't move. I felt metal touch the back of my head. Drop the gun. He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck.
Ooh.
A needle. A drug? That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that.
Uh-huh. So you were a hostage?
I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink. A toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but... it won't open.
Oh, it's not gonna be that easy.
Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice.
There's over. It's 9.
The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh?
Hurry over here? Kaying?
No, it was several. I hear 5, or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it.
What? Go... Ow?
Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an
What?
air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold on. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Uh-huh.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the
Take
children
those
to a
children
large
to a-
passenger liner
Oh.
docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then...
Hey, he did it.
Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside.
And is that it? That's all you remember. Jimmy waited for Seven to resume his story. The longer he waited, however, the clearer it became that Seven had no intention of doing so. He had gone silent and simply stared off into the air, his eyes blank.
Hey, what happened after that?
He waited long enough, but Seven shook his head.
I don't remember what happens after that. I think I found some kind of door out of the duct. And I think I found some kids, too.
You think?
Not good. Why can't I remember what happened next?
Ah, man, what happened to the kids, Seven? Did you save them?
I don't know. I don't know if it was me. I've got this feeling. I think one of the kids died. A girl, I think.
Huh?
A girl? Deep in his heart, Junpei felt something very cold. Seven's head dropped, and Junpei saw on it a look of sadness that the likes of which he had never seen on the man before. The large man's eyes blinked rapidly, as if he were fighting back tears, and he swallowed hard. His sigh was like the melancholy setting of an old abandoned building. He shook his head and spoke.
Anyway, please don't ask me anymore, okay? I really don't remember anything else.
After that, Junpei could hardly try to force any answers out of the other man.
It's fine. Don't push yourself.
Going by what he said,
Junpei left Seven to pull himself together, and instead began thinking everything over.
the children who had been kidnapped 9 years before, apparently a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals had been behind it all. They'd taken the children to the same ship we're on now. They'd been brought here for an experiment. Seven said it had something to do with controlling human beings. The 16 children who had been kidnapped were the subjects. Seven had said 3 of their names were Aoi, Light, and Nona. I think that's all I got.
So that's pretty much all he told us.
And Seven is, or was at some point, a cop. I can't really use any of this information anyway. I didn't learn anything about the Nonary game or Zero. Why were we brought to the same ship where they'd done those experiments 9 years ago? And just what the heck is this about controlling human beings? That's nuts. Did they really conduct an experiment like that?
Right, like what is the point of all this? Like all these different stories that people have been telling us, and it's like, how does this relate to what we're doing? Before long, Jimmy realized he had spent quite some time deep in
I
thought.
don't have time to just stand here thinking. I need to get moving.
Jimmy shook his head quickly to clear it, and returned to his investigation, thoughts swirling in his mind. Well, that's it. We got 2 tiles now. What do we do with them? Emergence probably means to emerge or to escape from here. Do we need to do something with these tiles to open the door? Over there. It seems pretty pointless to bother examining it. When I shine the light on the mirror in the back... Whoa, is that a number? So if I shine light on this mirror, then I get to see some numbers. I see a 4 on the left and a 7 on the right. 4 and 7. Oh, here. The sun and moon. 4 and 7. So the sun is 4 and the moon is 7. I get it. If I shine the light on the mirror, symbols appear. The left side is the sun and the moon, and the right has a moon symbol. I'm gonna remember this. 4 on the left and 7 on the right. Okay. So, okay, so the sun is 4 and the moon is 7. But what does this mean, though? Right, there's a number there too, right? Number. That's probably how many times you're supposed to flush? I mean, how many times you pull the string? So, this is what the moon symbol is pointing to, huh? They probably made it so that someone wouldn't trigger it by accident. If that's the case. It's totally is vile. Surprisingly, Lowe's refused to go anywhere near it. Second time. And the third time. Fourth time. Fifth. This is the 6th consecutive time. 7. Huh? Did you hear something? I heard a loud flushing noise. No, not that. Where? In the toilet? In here? In the sink? No. Where? Where did I hear that? In the drawer? Under the bed? Oh, here? The drawer doesn't open. I don't know. I don't know what that sound was. How about this then? Don't think you can manipulate this room with that string. Chances are they made this puzzle so someone wouldn't trigger by accident. It's 1. I guess you keep pulling on this thing then. Alright, here goes. Second pull. Do a third. And the 4th. There it is again. It makes some kind of weird sound when I pull on that string. The same thing happened in the other room. That means... Oh no. Don't you think it's a little suspicious that the other room gave us a hint to figure this one out? You're right. The room next door is just like this one, so that leaves the dark room. My guess is the drawer. There we go. Well, this drawer opens easily enough. 2 more tiles. They're all the same, too. There's a bunch of weird lines in this tile thing. I don't get this. I don't think I can figure this out on my own. Yeah, 4th one. So, what about this then? E equals 14. Alright, took a couple tries, but now I got you. String. Yes, now I can pull on it. Huh? Doesn't matter how many times I pull it, there's no flush. I kinda feel like an idiot. I wasted a bunch of time because I was determined to flush the toilet. 14 in red somewhere else. Do you have a 14? Oh my god, we do? What the hell? There's a bunch of... The red lines equal 4... I don't think... The red lines make 14. What the hell are we supposed to do with this then? Okay, well it looks like we've investigated all the rooms. The only mystery left is that door. Alright, let's crack that mystery then. We got 4 tiles. And there are a bunch of tiles that are the same size up on the wall here. So if we place 4 on the tiles on the wall with the ones we've got, that should open the door. Well, there's only one way to find out. E. 14 equals E. So... Hey, did you hear something unlock? Does that mean we can... Does that mean we got it right? Yes, it looks like we did. The 14 hit on the tile. If you convert that to a hexadecimal, it's an E. Basically, the E's in emergence are the 14s from the tiles. So if we replace it, that gives us the answer. Do you really care why it worked? Let's just get out of here. Whew. That one took a bit. that was a bit of a thinker, wasn't it? They passed through the open door and headed to the next room. Junpei jogged down the short staircase and looked around. Where the hell are we?
What the hell is this place?
The words had sprung unbidden to his lips, but it was clear why. Junpei shivered. Lowe's and 7 reached the bottom of the stairs and stopped short, terrified.
Ugh, this room is really creepy.
I think we ought to get the hell out of here now.
He jogged up the stairs on the opposite side of the room and shut the door on the wall next to the catwalk. It didn't open, and he muttered to himself.
Figures.
It's locked, isn't it?
Yep. Don't know why I thought this wouldn't be any different.
So, what is this room for, anyway?
Junpei looked around the room again.
Well, there's a chair in the center of the room.
Is this for execution?
Oh, looks uncomfortable to say the least. I'd rather not sit in it if I can avoid it.
The back of it was curved with electrodes connected to a nest of wires.
Looks like it's placed over some kind of glass panel. Too dark to look through it, though.
Junpei turned to look at the right side of the room. There was a table covered with a piece of cloth.
This isn't dried blood on the tablecloth, is it?
On top of the table were a number of metal instruments. Junpei didn't know what they were for, and he had a feeling he didn't want to find out.
Oh, what the hell is this? What are these tools for?
That's not something I even want to think about.
Junpei shook his head in an attempt to clear it, and tried to focus on something else.
No doubt about it. This room's dangerous.
This was for torture and killing, man. That's an electric chair.
Let's make our search quick so we can solve the puzzle and get the hell out of here. Come on.
Okay. Man, freaking electric chair room and shit. Torture room.
Day 3.
Alright, let's check this thing first. What's wrong, Junpei? What are you doing on the floor? Well, I thought maybe if I got down here I could see through the glass. It's not working though. You don't think it's just a large sheet of glass they put put into an indentation? I don't know. I mean, why would you do that? And the placement of the chair... You're not making sense, Junpei. What's your point? Well, I'm not sure, but... Don't you think there's something under the glass? Maybe the glass is one way? Like they have like they have it in a police station, you know? Or maybe it's just covered with something that doesn't make it opaque. Now it doesn't matter how close I get, I can't see anything. Echoes when I knock on it though. I wonder if it's hollow. Oh god. A really creepy chair. The The manacles make me think they was used to torture people. Well, we can't open these manacles without a key. There's some weird symbol on them. What kind of symbol? Well, if I got this right, I think it's the sun symbol. There's something on the screen. This device will conduct the experiment. Once the experiment has been completed, the door will unlock. First, adjust the switches to match the blocks in the sample above. Huh? I don't know what that thing is, but we gotta figure out the puzzle. It's right next to the torture chair. Whatever it is, I don't think it's good. Anyway, we just adjust the switches to match the blocks up on top, right? You adjust the switches shown on the four corners of the screen, then press the check button. Stupid, we all know what this thing does. You can always come back to it later. There are lots of other things you can do. Yeah, that's... Whenever you turn on one of those switches, the more blocks show up on the screen. So I think you've got to figure out which buttons you have to press in order to get the screen to match the diagram. Yeah, but it's hard to figure out what button does what. If you want to see how many blocks each switch adds, just turn on one switch. When all of them are on, there aren't any blocks, right? There aren't any blocks, right? You can see how many each switch adds. Oh yeah, I get it. Let's talk about that later. What the heck is all this for? All the dials are pointing in different directions. Maybe something will happen if we turn them? Huh. Shoot, they're all rusted. I guess turning them doesn't really do anything. Red, yellow. You think the colors mean something? No idea. I mean, red looks more dangerous, but other than that... The bottom of this one looks like it's covered in rust. I don't think it'll move at all. There are a bunch of buttons here with letters A through F on them. Let's push some of them. Down you go. So if I press it again, back you come. I guess these buttons switch something on or off when you push them. There are a ton of knobs here. Doesn't seem like any of them will do anything though. Do you think it's broken? It looks like the catwalk goes about half of the room. I think it's made like that so you can get around without standing on the floor. Alright, let's check these. There are a number of ominous looking tools and instruments here. Let's see what we've got. Let's see, we've got an adze and a hammer, a pair of forceps, and these other things are too old and broken. I have no idea what they are. Hey, doesn't this wrench look way too new to be here with all this stuff? Yes, it does. I didn't notice it before you mentioned it, but it's not rusty at all. Well, I guess we'll take that then. A number of rusty torture tools are lined up here. I don't think there's anything else we need. A set of rusty stairs that lead to the door we came through. What, you want to go back, Junpei? I wish solving this puzzle were that easy. There's so many... This tank thing is connected to the pipes. This looks like it's supposed to split a pipe or something. You know, but this one's just connected to a pair of pipes. You could have done the same thing with more pipe. It doesn't really seem like they need it here. I wonder if there's a reason for it. The cover's bolted on, they're pretty good. Should be able to get those bolts off with this wrench we just found though. Sweet, it's open. The hole's too small. You can't see in, even if you put the cover off. Well, you can't see in, but I think there's enough room to stick your arm in. Are you sure you want to do that? There could be something dangerous in there. Okay, I admit, that scares me a little, but we need to see if there's anything useful in there. So go ahead. Alright, here we go. Arm into the hole. Hey, I think I can feel something. It's small, cold, and hard. Doesn't feel like there's anything else in here. Alright, let's see what this thing is. Hey, the sun key. A key with the sun symbol on it. We should be able to open the other door with this. Yeah, but we gotta get out of this room before we do that. And we're probably gonna need that sun key to do that. But none of the doors in this room have keyholes. I bet we gotta use it on something that's not a door. Well, I know what. These stairs go to the exit. Good to know. There. The sun key should fit right into the keyhole on these manacles. Alright, sun key, in you go. And yes. Great, they're open. I don't think we're gonna need the sun key again in here though. It just seems unlikely. Alright, sun key, you've done your job. It's in my pocket with you. Well, they're open. What are you gonna do now? Let's just look around some more. I got a feeling that something will happen. Right. We should try and figure out what the device over in the corner is for at any rate. Okay, but what is it for? There's a whole lot of cables coming out of that thing. It's really kind of a mess. I can barely tell which is which. But just the switch is to match the blocks on top, and then press the key and check button. If we turn all of them on, when you turn each switch on, the number of the blocks goes up. Each switch adds a different number of blocks. But if you think about it, all you gotta do is a couple of addition problems. Turn a single switch on and count its blocks, and do that for every switch. It's super easy. But I don't know what we're trying to add in. Like what we're trying to add here, dude. Like what are we? Like what are we trying to add here? It says the door will unlock if we complete the experiment. So in other words, we aren't getting out of that door until we finish this experiment. Well, let's do that then. Huh. Oh, I have to match this? There, we did it. Adjustment is complete. Now proceeding to execution phase. To complete the experiment, data must be collected from subject. Once preparation is finished, place subject in chair. Whoa, I thought we solved the puzzle already. What does it mean by preparation? I don't know. I got a bad feeling about this. I think this means one of us gotta sit in the chair. Well, 7's never gonna fit in that thing. It's either you or me, Junpei. Collecting data. I wonder if it's going to run electricity through the subject. There's a human head on the screen. Maybe it's gonna zap the brain with a little electricity? That really doesn't sound safe. Anyway, we've still got to prepare. We can talk about this after we figured out what it means by preparation, alright? Well, it wants us to prepare, so maybe we ought to ask what we need to do. The disposal tank is closed. Please fill tank with water. What tank? Oh man, don't tell me we gotta do something with the water tank. Well, there's probably something around here to open the tank, or whatever it's asking us to do. It looks like the only controls are in this room. I don't know what I'm doing. This letter's gotta turn something on. Of course they would. All they can do is turn something on or off. What's important is what they turn on or off. Don't feel the floor is going to suddenly open up. Well, I guess I might as well try. Let's give it a shot. Oh, no dice. The thing isn't going anywhere. Oh, give me that. You just ain't man enough. Sure, pal, you give it a shot. Let's see how much more of a man you are. Hey, you're gonna break it. Man, that thing ain't going anywhere. Well, thanks, 7. I can see some oil or something down there at the base of the lever. Yeah, it feels like it's got something movement to it. I should be able to pull this one. Alright, let's pull on this lever. Is that water? What the hell? What's going on? Will you calm down? It's just water going somewhere. It sounds like it's underneath us. That means the floor. Oh! Junpei, look! What's she... Oh, damn! I can see through the glass now. Whoa. EDBF? There are a couple of letters in the color of a blood written on the shark's belly. It's dead. Looks like the letters are E, D, B, and F. Whatever these are for has to be in this room somewhere. E, D, B, F. What does that mean? Oh, duh. E, D, B, up, messed up, and F. What? There's a strange noise coming from the chair. It looks like it's been turned on. I guess the puzzle here was the power had to be sent into a specific way. I don't think examining the chair is going to cause that machine to do anything. The restraining device is unlocked. Please see subject and device. The message on the screen was destructively detached.
Well, like we thought, it's not going to work unless someone sits in it.
How ironic that this would be the situation in which this slim, beautiful body is useful.
Really, Lotus, you're gonna do it.
Lotus, are you sure? I can sit in it and you can solve.
Junpei's right. If we screw it up...
7 couldn't bring us to the finish of 5. His eyes fell to the floor. Junpei followed them. Beneath them was the dead shark, floating underneath the glass. Perhaps it had been killed by an electric shock.
I'll be fine. Even if I fall in, the shark is already dead.
But...
That's not the issue here, Lotus.
No one likes an indecisive man, Junpei. I can still give you advice from the chair too, you know. I just don't want to stay in this room any longer than we have to. Go over to that screen and let's get this over with.
Oh, Lotus. After her words made it clear that Lotus would book no argument, she turned and walked towards the chair without hesitation. But she did not sit down. Yeah, right? Despite what she had said, she did indeed feel hesitation. Her legs shook.
Look, do you think you could do me one last favor?
Don't say last.
Don't say last.
You're making me nervous.
Just listen. If something happens to me, I want you to tell my daughters.
Wait, you have daughters?
Tell them that I loved them very much. No, tell them that I will always love them.
Daughters?
You have kids?
You've got kids?
Yes, I do. I suppose they're about your age, Junpei. They're twins. I had them when I was young after... well, some things happened.
How old are you, Lotus?
Their names are Nona and...
No way.
Wait! Nona?
Junpei's words shot out before he even realized what he was saying. He remembered the story 7 had told him.
Aoi, Light, and Nona. Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were in the experiment.
Wait a minute.
But what the hell? What's wrong with you?
Lotus took a step back from Junpei.
Oh.
7 looked just as shocked as Junpei. He blinked his eyes rapidly as if he weren't sure if he was completely awake.
No way, it couldn't. Lotus, is your last name Kashiwabara?
Lotus' eyes went wide.
How do you know that?
Are you serious? What the hell is this? There's no way you're that kid's mom.
That kid? Wait, what do you mean that kid? Why are you acting like you've met her?
What is going on? 7's brow furrowed.
I have.
What?
Yeah, I met one of your kids.
When?
9 years ago.
Where?
On this ship.
Why were you...
It's not a short story.
Look, I don't care how long it is. Tell me, please, what happened here?
Fine, I'll tell you.
7 glanced at Junpei, and turned back to Lotus and began to speak. It was the same story Junpei had heard only minutes before. Every detail.
But... And then... That was when... From there, it looked like... Just as if... Finally... That's all I remember from 9 years ago.
At last, 7 finished. Lotus shook her head.
Oh my god. Everything I've been looking for the last 9 years. The person who had all the answers was right here.
Looking for?
What do you mean?
Yes, that's right. 9 years ago, my daughters disappeared.
For like, what the fuck?
Then 9 days later, they came back.
What?
They never told me what happened to them over those 9 days. I took them to the doctor, but I was told they hadn't been hurt in any way. Still, I was sure that they had been through something terrible.
So 7 did save them.
So I couldn't bring myself to force them to talk about it. If I did, then I'd force them to relive whatever horrors they'd been through. I didn't have any choice. I had to try and ignore it and move on.
Oh.
A few months passed. Gradually, they started to act like they always had, before they disappeared. They smiled and made jokes and did all the silly things kids do. It got harder and harder for me to ask them about what happened. How could I ask them to remember that? Eventually, I knew there was no way I could do it.
So you just never asked them about it.
But I'm still a mother. I couldn't simply forget that something terrible had happened to my children. So I decided I would investigate what happened on my own. I would find out what happened during those 9 missing days.
What did you find out?
Nothing. The police pretended to be concerned, but they didn't do anything. Once the 16 children who'd gone missing came back, things were just...
Wait, I thought 7 said one of the kids died.
Even the media didn't talk about what had happened. I figured someone was probably paying or threatening them to keep their mouths shut.
Cradle Pharmaceuticals. No, probably something even bigger than that.
Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Have you heard of them before?
No. It's the first time I've ever heard that name. 7. How did you find out that Cradle Pharmaceuticals was connected to the kidnappings in the first place?
I figured finding out whatever the victims had in common would lead me to the culprit. That's what any good cop does.
What did they have in common?
Every single one of the kids who disappeared had gone to this one hospital at some point. The hospital
Really?
was one of a bunch that were under the control of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. After that, it was just about connecting the dots.
So all those kids went to that hospital at some point.
The hospital.
The hospital.
And for a while, I was trying to get some kind of information out of the kids at the hospital. One of them told a weird story.
What was it?
Have you heard about the Gansfeld experiment? I guess all these kids had to go through it while they were at the hospital. I think it was passed off as some sort of counseling.
What did you call it again?
Gansfeld?
Oh, the Gansfeld experiment. This is how it's set up. First, subjects Q and A are put into separate rooms, far away from one another. Then a series of video images are shown to subject Q, who is told to send the images to subject A by thinking about them. Subject A, on the other hand, is put in a large reclining chair and given a blindfold. With their senses cut off, A is asked to guess what images Q is looking at.
What?
Oh, yes, I've heard of that. It's a famous telepathy experiment, isn't it?
Telepathy.
That's what Clover was talking about.
That's how the experiment on this ship was supposed to work.
The experiment to control people, right?
Yeah. I don't know if any of the telepathy stuff really exists, but maybe someone from Cradle Pharmaceuticals bought into it.
Lotus grunted. 7 had been thinking hard for the last several minutes and finally spoke.
Even if that is the case, I still don't get how that has anything to do with any of this. The notary game, Zero, why we were kidnapped. What does any of that have to do with telepathy? I know I brought all this up, but I have no idea. Maybe none of this stuff is connected after all.
But like, it has to be, right? Because like, what's the significance to all of this? Then, in that moment of silence, a cold voice echoed down from the ceiling.
No subject has been detected. Unless a subject is detected within 60 seconds, all power will be shut down.
What?
System recovery is estimated to take 1 hour.
1 hour?
If you wish to proceed with the experiment, please seat subject in the restraining device.
Whoa, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going.
Oh, no, that's not what we...
Just hurry up and get it over with. Junpei, I'm counting on you.
Right.
Lotus sat down in the chair. Junpei looked at her one last time, then made his way to the monitor.
Lotus, please, tell me right away if you feel anything weird.
You worry too much. Now get on with it and be a man, or June's gonna leave you.
Damn! Lotus was putting on the best act she could manage, but her legs were shaking so much that if she hadn't been sitting, she likely would have fallen
Lotus.
down. Failure was not acceptable.
Okay, let's do this.
Junpei took one last deep breath and stared at the monitor. What? What?
A few moments later.
Okay, that one's done. The experiment has concluded. The door will now unlock. You can hear the door unlocking. And now we got a new message. Release subject from restraining device. Lotus, are you alright? Yes, I am. I'm glad nothing bad happened, but I do think my life just got a little shorter. Hold on, I'll get you out right away. It shouldn't take long for Sam and me to get her out of here. Let's get out of here now. Being a guinea pig is not for me. Damn straight. I don't ever want to see this thing again. Okay, let's go. Come on. Oh. Man, I was legit thinking like, man, I'm gonna kill Lotus.
The hallway goes to the left.
Yeah, but I don't see any doors.
Guess we just need to keep going.
Right, let's go.
It turned left twice before they saw the elevator.
An elevator.
Just what we need. Let's take this to C deck.
In silence, they jogged up to it. Jimmy pushed the C button. The elevator motor ground away, and before long they found themselves once again on C deck. The door opened and they stepped off.
Huh?
They expected to find 4 other people waiting for them. There were none.
No one's here.
Where did they go?
I have no idea.
Lotus shrugged. Something in the pit of June's stomach stirred. He tried to forget the feeling and took off down the long hallway before him.
Hey, Junpei!
We should follow him.
Seven and Lotus followed at a run. Right, isn't that where the number 1 door? They ran and ran and ran. The hallway seemed endless.
I know where we need to go. The door behind the central staircase. There was a sun symbol on the keyhole of that door. And I happen to have the sun key in my pocket right now. This should open that door.
That was why they ran for the central staircase. They had run for quite some time when they arrived at the door that ended the hallway. Junpei stopped.
All right, time to open this.
He laid his hand on the doorknob, his breathing heavy. Seven laid a hand on his arm.
Hold on a sec there.
Huh?
We don't have the key for this one yet.
This is the Jupiter symbol engraved on the keyhole.
That's...
Oh, it's the Jupiter symbol.
Seven was right. They had no Jupiter key.
And we can't open this door.
Unfortunately, no, we can't.
Jeez, the sun door's gotta be just on the other side of this, you know? We can't just stop...
Frustrated, he twisted the doorknob. It was open? The door opened.
Hey, it opened.
What?
And the others must have found the Jupiter key.
Well, what are we waiting for?
As he spoke, he shoved the door the rest of the way open. They rushed through. And stopped cold.
What?
The terrible scene before them made their blood run cold. No. What the f- What the fuck? Three people lay dead on the floor covered in blood.
Why?
Junpei felt a cold sweat trickle down his spine. He couldn't breathe. His legs shook. His body felt cold, deathly cold. But his blood was boiling hot. He could feel his mind begin to fade. He couldn't think. He couldn't concentrate. His mind was blank.
What the hell? What the hell happened?
Dude, what the fuck is going on? Are they really dead? Seven's voice was weak and broken. He edged toward the bodies, his movements stiff.
Clover.
He bent down over Clover and pressed his fingers through her wrist.
Nothing. She's dead.
Dude, there's no way! Suddenly, Lotus moved. Before he understood what was happening, her hand was in Junpei's vest pocket.
Hey, what are you doing?
He leapt back. Lotus looked at him, terrified.
The key! Get me the sun key!
Why?
Why do you think? We have to get out of here before the murderer comes back!
The murderer?
The murderer. The murderer. Once again, Junpei looked at the dead bodies.
Santa, Clover, and Ace.
Dude, where the hell is June? No way, did June do this?
3 people, 3 dead bodies. That means that the person who had killed them was...
There's no way. There's no way June did this.
No. No, it can't be true.
Give it to me!
Before Jimmy could react, Lotus dove back into his pocket and came out with the key.
Let's go!
Without waiting for Seven or Junpei, she ran straight for the central staircase. They followed. Dude, what the hell? Junpei shut his eyes and swallowed his emotions. Morning would have to wait. Soon they stood in front of the door.
Open!
Lotus shoved the sun key into the keyhole and twisted it hard. But...
Why?
What happened?
Nothing. Nothing happened. I didn't feel it unlock.
Why not?
Oh. Is it the wrong key?
I don't know. Maybe.
Lotus sighed, defeated, and leaned against the doorknob. She felt a twist. A small gap appeared between the door and the frame.
It's open.
What the hell is this?
Why is it open?
Wait, you mean the door was already unlocked?
Why?
And how would I know that?
What the hell is going on? Clover, Santa, and Ace are dead. Where the hell is June? The snake?
Whatever, let's just go.
Lotus took a deep breath and slowly opened the door the rest of the way. They stepped inside. In front of them was another hallway. It stretched out toward the bow of the ship. They began to run. Faster and faster they ran, trying desperately to reach the end of the hallway. A few seconds later, they were there. In front of them stood a massive metal door. They were all breathing heavily as Junpei spoke.
What the hell is this door? I can't see anything that looks like a doorknob or switch or lever or card reader or anything. How the fuck are we supposed to open this?
We don't have a choice. We're gonna have to go back.
Go back to where?
No, I'm not going back there. There is a murderer back there.
There was more stark terror in Lotus's voice and authority. She was almost begging.
I don't see any other doors.
As he spoke, Seven stepped forward to the door in front of them, as if to illustrate that this was the only door. Oh, come on.
No way.
It opened by itself.
It's an automatic door?
Look, guys, I've got a really bad feeling about all this.
I don't know. I don't think we should go in there, but we can't go back.
The other doors were already unlocked, and this one's automatic.
So who the hell opened the doors? Okay, well we can think that the Jupiter door was opened by the four of them, probably. But who opened the Sun door if we had the key?
We haven't seen anything like this before.
Bad feeling.
Junpei, don't laugh. How could their situation possibly get worse? 3 people were already dead.
We've hit bottom. This can't get any worse. Shit!
Hey, Junpei!
Junpei, stop. He stepped through the door.
I can't take this anymore. No one can.
Junpei, please calm down. And whatever hope Junpei had managed to summon disappeared.
No. It's a lie. It's gotta be. This can't be real. No. It's impossible. If it's a dream, just wake up already. Someone please tell me it's all just a joke.
Junpei.
I'm imagining things.
Junpei, you gotta calm down.
Yeah, that's it. This is all obviously a lie. It's a big, elaborate trick. An illusion or something. Or a dream. It's made up.
It wasn't real, right? June? No, the code means nothing now. Canny. What the fuck? What the fuck? Dude! Are you serious? What is going on? Junpei cried out and leapt through the door. He flew to her side, his heart like a stone in his chest.
Connie, hang on.
God, I was saying Connie. Junpei swept her up and shook her by the shoulder. She's still alive? She moaned and her eyes slowly opened, but only barely.
Connie!
Jumpy?
Her face was pale, and her lips were dried and cracked. Her eyes were blank and cloudy. They stared straight at Junpei, but saw nothing. Junpei put his hand against the small of her back to hold her up. It felt warm and wet. He lifted his hand up. It was covered in blood.
Oh man, Connie, there's so much blood. What the hell happened to you? How did this happen?
It was all he could do to not break into tears.
Jumpy, I'm sorry.
Her voice was thin, a minuscule thread that was the only thing keeping her with him.
I might not make it.
No way. I am going to let you die. I am going to save you. I promise.
Thank you, Jumpy. Thank you so much for everything. I was really happy to see you again, Jumpy. Really happy.
Bro, this is... Why? Why did this happen?
Give me that I was crap. You're gonna see me again lots more times. You just gotta hang on. All right, Connie? You... Ow, what can I do? Damn it!
He looked up from Connie, just desperate for something, anything.
What's that?
A sub? And he saw it. A small submarine.
A submarine? What on earth is a submarine doing here?
No, it didn't matter. Nothing mattered, except saving Connie. That was the only thing he wanted.
That's it!
Junpei turned his head back to look down at her.
Hang on, alright? There's a submarine over there. I'm gonna go see if it works.
No! Don't go! Please, don't go! Please, just stay with me, okay?
Oh my god.
I want to be close to you, Jumpy. When I...
Connie.
Jumpy, did you know you meant a lot to me when we were kids? I've liked you for a long time, Junpei. A really long time.
Junpei's vision had gone blurry. It took him a moment to realize his eyes were filled with tears. He could feel a piercing point of heat deep in his heart, like a white hot flame.
Jumpy, do you remember how we hung out a lot when we were kids? We went to the pool and to the fair. Do you remember playing snowball at the school? They're all memories I'll never forget. All of those moments are treasures to me. But I also wanted to go to a lot of other places with you. A lot more. But that won't happen now.
My gosh. Don't say that, Kane.
No. I mean, yes. Yes, it will happen. We'll go all sorts of places, Connie. You hear me? I promise. We'll go wherever you want.
Really?
Yeah, really. I swear.
That makes me happy. Really happy.
She said it to herself over and over, a weak smile creasing her tired face.
Jumpy, I feel sleepy.
No, June.
No, Connie, don't fall asleep.
Don't fall asleep, please.
Thank you, Jumpy. Thank you so much.
Her eyes were slowly closing. Junpei screamed, even as he felt his throat go hoarse.
Connie! Connie! Connie!
Time passed. Junpei wept, curled around Connie's body. He cried and cried until he had no tears left. When the last tear fell, Junpei was no more. His body remained, but only as an empty shell. Somewhere he heard a bell ring. It was the clock at the central staircase. 3, 4, 5. It rang 5 times, then faded.
5 o'clock.
Quietly, gently, softly, he set Connie down on the floor. Slowly, Junpei stood. Only then did he realize that Seven and Lotus had not followed him in. Where had they gone? No. Slowly he looked around the room. There was nothing. No sign that it had ever been there. It felt as though every part of Junpei's body was made of lead. Slowly he made his way to the door he'd come through. No. As he approached it, it opened, sliding apart with a sound like grinding stone. Oh, please, no. Junpei passed through the gate and into the hallway. God damn it! What the fuck? What the hell is going on? His heart rattled in his chest. An empty, lifeless thing. It had been so utterly broken that there was nothing left to feel. Oh, Seven. I like Seven. I started liking Lotus too. He saw their bodies. He simply stared. It was a lake, a sea of blood. 2 bodies lay in it. There was no need to check. There was no breath left in them. His eyes lit on Lotus's wrist. Her bracelet, it was gone. He stared. It meant nothing to him. He didn't care anymore. He couldn't care anymore. Junpei's body felt numb. A part of him knew the lump of lead in his chest had once been a heart. He couldn't quite remember what it had been before. Tears poured from his eyes in great streams. He wasn't sure why. He gave up trying to make them stop. He turned around. The door opened again, and slowly, numbly, he walked through. He kept walking. Why stop? An object set in motion. Simple inertia carried him forward. Eventually, he found himself in front of the submarine. His arms reached for the hatch. What? And then he was floating in water. His eyes stared down into it. He couldn't see the bottom. His back was hot. Dimly, he felt the blade of a knife in it. Who? One dead body lay behind door number 5. The body of the 9th man. Another lay in the shower room. The body of Snake. At the central staircase were 3 more. Ace, Santa, and Clover. Just outside the door were 2 corpses. Those of Seven and Lotus. And in this very room lay the body that had once been Connie. And now, Junpei would join them. Who, then, had killed them all? Who? Junpei let out one last breath. Faintly, he felt the bubbles creep up the side of his face. His consciousness faded quickly, dissolving away into the cold, gentle lapping of the water. Dude, what the hell? Wait, this is no to be continued, nothing. This was an ending. This was a true ending. But why? Wait, who the hell did this? Was it Zero? No, we confirmed that body was. It had to have been Snake, because there's no way. Because we confirmed in the last timeline that Snake was alive. Clover confirmed that. Dude, I am. What the fuck, bro? It took. Look. You need to know, I've been playing for about almost 4 hours now, okay? What the... I don't know. I don't know what to feel. This ending is a lot... This ending was a lot more darker than the one we got the other time. The end. Or is it? We all die by a yellow submarine. After saving the game, we start from the beginning. Yeah. This flowchart is really confusing a bit, but... Okay, guys, look. I have been recording for about 4 hours now. In one go, we did all that. And... Look, I said that I would make every ending make one ending a whole episode, so the whole playthrough would be an episode. This would be 4 hours. I don't think I can do that. So I'm probably gonna have to break this into 2 episodes, at least. At least 2, the most 3, and just hope. Oh God. Oh God. We still got like 3 more endings to go. 6, 4 actually. We still got 4 more endings to go. Preview. What does that mean? Oh man. This is really something else. I'm missing 5 more escape rooms. Oh man, I don't like this at all. Well, oh man, next time we play this game, we're gonna go for another ending, and it'll take less time because we're gonna be starting off somewhere fairly in the middle of the game, so hopefully it won't take that much time. Oh man, I'm actually like thoroughly. I think I'm mentally drained from this whole. I mean, the game was fine until we got to the ending, and I just was mentally drained. Oh man.